Hi there, my name is Phixfox and welcome back to Heroes of Might and Magic 2. I'm very excited to get to play with you here today, playing a medium-sized map. This is going to be the map Spellcasters. I really love a good Knight game, a good Barbarian game. The Might factions in Heroes of Might and Magic 2 are so fantastic. They are so wonderful, but they are only 50% of the puzzle, and the other half, of course, is the Magic users. So, will we play as the Sorceresses, Necromancers, Wizards, or Warlocks? Time will tell. As a quick aside, I have to tell you that I'm so very grateful. I have to tell you, with all of my heart, thank you to everyone that took the time to leave a nice comment for my dad in the most recent video we did where he teaches me Heroes of Might and Magic 3 due to the overwhelming love and support. Overwhelming is really, truly the word for it. I am grateful to announce that there's going to be a part 2 to that. And my dad is, I'm sure, going to make many future visits whenever he possibly can, because it seems like you guys kind of like him. I knew I liked him. I knew I liked my dad, but I wasn't sure if everybody else would like him. And it's kind of funny when you have this thing that you really enjoy and you're like a little bit scared to share it with other people just in case they knock it out of your hand and say, no, we don't like that. And you're like, aw, I was a little bit hesitant. I mean, I know everybody likes my dad, but overwhelming support. I'm very happy to say that he's tickled pink. I am thrilled, and I'm looking very much forward to having my dad more teaching me some Heroes of Might and Magic 3 in the very near future. So, thank you to everyone that made those comments. Also, I would be remiss, I haven't publicly thanked recently Lord Shadowwing or Vammy for their help with modding on Twitch. I really rely on them to help things go right. And so for both of those two individuals, thank you so very kindly. It's always a pleasure. Okay, folks, let's get into the Heroes of Might and Magic 2 for the day. By the way, this is a new microphone, so if there's any issues, audio, quality, things, volumes, please let me know. These things do matter. And how am I going to know if you don't help me? This is Spellcasters, medium-sized map, 4 players. This does come to us from the Secession Wars, and this is going to be basically a total death match. Spellcasters, normal difficulty. The 4 spellcasters face off with substantial starting armies. Can the Crusaders keep the peace? This is kind of interesting. Substantial starting armies. What exactly does that mean? Does that mean that there's going to be dragons and titans on the map day 1? Does that mean that there's going to be phoenixes and bone dragons on the opposite side? I don't really know, but if I had to guess, I think that the most well-rounded unit you can find is probably the green dragon. Between the green dragon, the phoenix, the giant, and the bone dragon. Bone dragon may be the very best, just, 50 hit points less, but the damage is really quality versus the green dragon. Warlocks might be the way to go if there's some sort of substantial starting army. But as always, we're going to let the dice roll decide what we do. It's going to be impossible difficulty, and we're going to have either blue, green, red, or purple. We're going to make 2 dice rolls because I've never figured out how to make my dice a 4-sided dice. Let's see. 1 through 3 is going to be either blue or green. 4 through 6 is going to be purple or red. Oh dear. It's going to be in the second half anyway, so it's either going to be red or purple. And then back for the other side, 1, 2, 3 is red. 4, 5, 6 is the other side. 4, 5, 6, that indicates to me that we are going to have ourselves a nice time playing as the purple player. It's going to be Wizards, folks. The dice roll do not lie. In basketball, we say ball don't lie. If the ref calls a foul on you and you get a free shot, and if the shot doesn't go in, obviously the ball doesn't lie. The ref wasn't wrong. And likewise, these dice are never wrong. So with that being said, let's dive right in. We're going to start off here. It looks like in the upper left sort of quadrant. This is going to be Myra the Wizard, level 1. It seems so strange to see a purple wizard. For me, colors really, really matter. When I first played games as a young person, one of my all-time favorites was Warcraft 2. And Warcraft 2 had a very important coloring system where every single clan had a certain lore and backstory and play style. And so, for example, in Warcraft 2, when the nation of Alterac betrays the Alliance and you see orange sailors and destroyers and battleships attempting to stop Uther the Lightbringer from going to render aid to the people, I knew it was immediately Alterac because I had the manual and I did all the look. Blacktooth Grin Clan, Burning Blade, you've got Stormguard, you've got so many different factions. Lordaeron. Colors matter, right? I'm trying to say that colors matter here. And so seeing purple, spidery looking wizards, it just feels a little weird to me. I wonder what the Necromancers are going to be. Boreas or hello Phixfox. Next time just take D&D dices and roll them for the result. I should just have some dice over here on the side that I roll. I will keep that in mind. Hey, it's very nice to have you here. Thank you so very much. Welcome, welcome. So we don't have the substantial starting forces I was expecting here, but maybe they're in the castle. 10 halflings, 2 of the boars. Level 1 wizard, no problems. Let's see what we have in the castle. Aha! And so we do have 3 giants and 5 magi. I wonder how these starting forces have been balanced from faction to faction. Do other factions get their 5th tier creature as well? For some factions that would be very useful, and for others not so much. So pretty interesting. I don't know what to expect from our foes, but for now this should allow us to take over any amount of enemies we might encounter. And this actually really suits my playstyle well, because since we play on expert difficulty, we start off with no resources, and so we already have troops. We can already do stuff without worrying about dying. First things first, I see an obelisk. That means that there will be an ultimate artifact here on the map. Peasants. Ha! A horde of peasants. I probably could have taken them with my 10 halflings. I also like to see this artifact here for the +1 on the morale. An oracle not too far away. Kind of interesting where that is. Let's kind of plan the best route. 1, 2, 3 treasure chests plus a 4th. Gold is going to be important. I don't think that there's any guarantee I can reach this treasure chest. We can for sure reach this one, probably this one. This artifact's going to be useful at some point, but it could be picked up by anybody. Let's see. Tell you what, let's do this. We've got our corner here. Let's explore from the left to the south and then up and around. And to do that, we're going to start with this treasure chest. We see a halfling hole, maybe a shipwreck to our immediate west. And I feel obligated. Truly, I do. I feel obligated to take the gold here. There's no reason why I ought not to. Deviating right now with these troops. If I was a wizard, or rather a warlock with green dragons, maybe I would change my opinion. But if it's just giants, I think that we ought to do a nice economic start. So we're going to come back to this area in a moment. Let's go grab this over here and then down through the pack of orc chiefs in just a moment. So 1,500 gold is going to be enough for us to make our first purchase, but not enough to get our first hero. Tell you what, let's just go for the well. Yeah, anytime you get a well, you know you're going to want it in week 1. It's a very low investment. It's just part of the building process to get up to speed. Let's just do that for now, and then we will see how much gold we have later. So on to day 2, I feel... I think, unfortunately, we have to take the gold. There's a part of me that doesn't mind paying 2,000 gold in exchange for 1,500 experience. That's a pretty good rate. That feels fine to me, but I don't think that it's guaranteed that I'm going to pick up the required gold to pick up a second hero today if I do take the experience. So I'm going to go with the gold so that way I can make sure I have another hero that's ready to go today, and they can start grabbing some of these other things for me. Let's get this halfling hole. Glorious victory. Is the 1 boar worth it? It's not worth my time. It's not worth my time. If I was being very, very particular about what I'd like to do, I would fight that fight. But I think that the 1 boar is a low cost, and we're going to be okay with that. A group of halflings with a desire for greater glory wish to join. Do you accept? I sure do. And of course, even if that decision is somewhat unpopular, Phixfox, you had the opportunity to fight that battle and to win, not losing a single boar. You know, time does matter. We talk about all the different resources here, wood and ore and so on and so forth. There's a lot of different resources here, but time is maybe one of the resources that we don't really talk about. And not necessarily in-game time, but in real life time. We don't have as much time sometimes as we wish. As a famous musical group has once said, we only get so many trips around the sun. Right here we've got this artifact for the +1 morale. I almost feel like this is a trap. I don't know if I actually want to take this with flint. This looks like right here there might be an event bubble that would have some enemies pop out. I'm going to hope and risk it. Freeing a virtuous maiden from the clutches of an evil overlord, you are granted a Medal of Valor by the King's Herald. That's going to be +1 morale for the Medal of Valor. Of course, it's not actually in Heroes 2 that you can do that. As far as I'm aware, I think that that's only in Heroes 3 and beyond that you're able to, in the map editor, adjust things so that that way you can have enemies pop out from those event bubbles. I wonder if that's actually something that maybe the FHeroes2 team will plan on implementing in the future. I could be wrong, but I don't think that I've ever seen that in Heroes 2 where enemies do anything to jump out of the brush and surprise you. Of course, we have that if rogues attack you coming out of the bushes, but not so much here, I don't believe. I could be wrong, but Again, maybe an opportunity for growth in the future. Myra is still a level 1 wizard. This is going to be, looks like 6, 8, 10, 12 of these Medusa. I saw that the losses, unfortunately, when I play with auto battle on, it does kind of let me know how these fights are going to go a little bit. We didn't lose a single Magi. I think that because there's lower stacks down here, I can send the boar up and also the giants up to the top. That's going to hopefully keep the halflings safe while the Magi deal with these Medusa here at the bottom. Let's just hope that we don't eat an unnecessary sort of petrify. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, Medusa are coming pretty quick. The boars might actually have to step up in front. Then again, maybe not. All they'll have to do is just kind of get in the way of these Medusa here, will be fine. With 3 Titans on the board, there's no real concern about losing this fight, but I always do wish that things could go better than sometimes I see them going. I think that I'm going to leave the Magi to fend for themselves down here. You guys got plenty of support up here. Let's just let the Magi deal with what's down here. I'm going to hope that I can kill this one Medusa on this retaliation. I might as well use the Giants to go forward and start fighting here. 1 full stack goes down. That feels great. Oh, but the Petrify. Medusa are kind of tough combatants to deal with, because obviously you can see that now with them being petrified, I've lost the majority of my damage. Thankfully, the halflings are able to survive. I think that the Magi, they have a choice. They can either support the halflings, I can try and lose less halflings. I don't think that these Medusa are going to do 30 points of damage, so I'm going to try and lose less halflings by doing some damage there. I kill 1 Medusa. I kill another on this retaliation with the Magi. No, Paralyze comes out. The halflings are going to do their best to swat at these Medusa. Oh, and the good morale comes in clutch. We do not have the Medal of Valor on us just yet, but that 420 experience looks pretty good. 1 of the boars goes down and 5 of the halflings. But even if the losses there were much, much worse, I still would have fought that fight. This trunk of gold is fantastic. Fantastic. A noble woman separated from her traveling companions asks for your help. After escorting her home, she rewards you with a bag filled with gold, 750 gold per day. That's essentially a minor gold mine in some ways. There's different ways of looking at it and thinking about it. That's just the way I'm looking at it right now. Let's see. Listen, Myra is sort of in this direction. It looks like Flint can actually get ahead of her. I see our ore mine and our sawmill. That's good. Don't really worry about these elves too much. The cloak here predicting us from fire damage, 50% reduced damage, is not too bad. I'm okay with it, but I don't know if I really want to take any losses just to fight that fight. By the way, really important here, I've got 2 new things. I'm going to send the 1 boar here with Flint so he's as fast as he can go. And then I am going to also put over this artifact. This is a new button, by the way, that was added with FHeroes2 1.1.6, where you can now do the full army swap, similar to what you find in Horn of the Abyss. You can just swap everything at 1 touch of the button. That is a fantastic change. I'm thrilled for it, and that's how Zents knew that I was playing on a different patch last time we had talked. Folks, we got a new follow, which I'm very, very grateful for. Let me pull this up real quick. That's going to be McFall with the follow. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome. Appreciate having you here. It's always a pleasure. We're playing some Heroes of Might and Magic 2 here. Of course, we've got our fun playthrough with spellcasters. As far as I'm aware here, just for anybody catching up with us, 4 spellcasters face off with substantial starting armies. Can the Crusaders keep the peace? We have not seen any Crusaders yet, but I got a feeling that we're going to see some in the near future. Medium-sized map, impossible difficulty, and we're having a pretty okay time. Although, I say we're having a pretty okay time, and then I look at my resources, I definitely need that sawmill and that ore as quickly as possible. For now, I don't think I mind picking up the orchard. Of all of the horde buildings that give you +8 level 1 creatures per day, I think that the orchard is really high up on my list of priorities. Maybe the Crystal Garden with the sprites, because I do value sprites pretty highly, but I truly do enjoy the orchard. Funny enough, if you look at my tier rankings, I've got skeletons listed as maybe the best level 1 creature amongst their other tiers. But at 75 gold per skeleton, really, the orchard kind of hurts you a little bit because it's also an additional cost that you will incur in order to get that extra bit of help. So, you know, it's not bad. It doesn't hurt my heart too bad at all to have extra skeletons, but the orchard is really fantastic because halflings never go out of style. Halflings often make it into my final army, so as soon as I can get 8 halflings extra a week, I'll be very, very peachy. I have a choice. I can try and save one of these magi, or I can try to save so many of these halflings. I think I'm going to try and save the halflings. We got the stone skin ability. We might as well use it. We're up to 5 defense, and with 8 attack, that means that these vampires are going to do 30 bonus damage. Not great. I've seen better. I've seen worse. I think that this one stack of 5 vampires is going to go attack this group of halflings since they're going to go first, and then the rest are actually going to crowd around the magi. The giants are going to help clean out these gentlemen. I think I ought to devote my first salvo of ranged projectile damage against this top stack. We only kill one of the vampires. Oh, interesting. I did not anticipate that. I completely misread the tea leaves there. I thought that this top stack would go straight for these halflings. I recognized that I was wrong. Okay, and if I'd known that, I would have let the 3 giants do something different. I truly believe that I would have anticipated the giants could have helped out, and then I would have had the magi attack down here. But it works out. When the AI surprises me, that's not a bad thing. I have a choice. I can either stay around here or I can go to the center of the map. I think if I go to the center, then I can make the best decision about whether we go to help the halflings or help the magi out. That's such an interesting decision. What an interesting decision. So first stack goes straight for the magi. Second stack goes straight for the halflings. Very interesting. You would think that with that group of vampires destroyed that they would stay the course, but no, they've done something different. I don't hate that. It's just interesting to see the FHeroes2 engine work and its thought process. I've got another opportunity for spell casting here. I'm going to cast the Stone Skin now. I think I'm still going to lose another Magi. I do. Why are you attacking giants? I don't get it. I'm grateful. Don't get me wrong. I'm grateful, but I don't get it. What is going on? I think that the FHeroes2 AI has realized that they cannot kill another Magi. They're not going to kill too many more halflings. I love it when the engine tries to win, but my goodness, that's just very much a surprise. Missed there. I should have attacked the other side. We get out of this fight okay, but 10 halflings, 2 of the magi. If you notice, the FHeroes2 auto battler actually fought that better than me. Sometimes that happens, and that actually is good for me because that means that the FHeroes2 AI is really, really pretty good. We're going to take, with the +1 knowledge, the expert wisdom. And folks, we got another follow. Grateful for that. Who do we got here? We got Roman RSOJ. Roman, thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate having you here. We're playing some spellcasters, having a real good time. Having a really good time. That's going to give us our ore mine here as well, +2 ore per day. We're going to try and path in the most correct way so that we can get everything that we need. Glorious victory here. Tell you what, these halflings are taking a beating. I don't think I can fight this fight any better. 5 halflings for all of these gargoyles. That seems about right to me. And even though I don't need to actually pick all of this up for myself, I'm going to clear out those guardians so that way we can go on to the next thing. And then maybe Flint can use this for me. We're trying to use the 2-hero tandem maneuver. One very strong hero to defeat the enemies, and then the other hero's movement points is devoted to picking up scraps. It doesn't hurt my feelings at all when my secondary hero is able to take a lot of that load, kind of shouldering that burden. It seems just fine to me. I want to pick up the statue, but let me just double check. 5 ore there, 5 ore there. I would love to be able to get to the Ivory Tower in week 1, but in order to make that happen, we got to get Foundry, Mage Guild, and then Ivory Tower. Is it possible? It's day 4. It's day 4. If I pick up the statue for an extra 250 gold, there's no way we're going to be able to get up to the Ivory Tower. I'm going to do something a little bit different than I usually do. I'm going to pick up the moat because it only costs gold. We're going to have no issues with gold. So we're going to pick up the moat just so that we were building something. Who knows? Maybe we'll be under duress later on. And then we're going to save the ore so we have a chance to get the Ivory Tower in week 1. Is it likely? Not necessarily, but it could happen. It's going to be Flint picking up some crystal. He's going to pick up another 2,000 gold for me. That wouldn't have been a terrible decision to have Myra go for that treasure chest. I made the calculation and I said, it'll be fine. We'll go for the gold right now. Lest we forget, giants are very, very expensive, as are titans. That's going to be 1 halfling goes down in exchange for all of these mummies. That seems just fine to me. And the slaughter of the halflings continues. So sad. They're doing the best they can. It continues, but for one halfling at a time, I'm going to take it. Folks, we're about to do something. We're about to do something crazy, something that we never ever do. I don't want to say never ever do, but something that you rarely do. You have the choice between mysticism and eagle eye. In a vacuum, I think that mysticism is better. However, this map is spellcasters. We know that our other three opponents are warlocks and sorceresses and necromancers. Eagle eye might actually be useful here. We're going to take eagle eye. How often do you see Phixfox do that? Pretty wild, pretty wild. YBez1, I can't stick around and watch as my honeydew list is too long, haha. Enjoy and thanks for keeping the Heroes community alive and well, Phixfox rocks. Thank you so very much. I completely appreciate you taking the time to say so. I hope that you have a wonderful honeydew list. I hope that things go wonderfully for you. There's been many a time that I've started a project and I think to myself, oh, this will take 20 minutes to an hour. And then I get into it, I break something, and then a 1 hour project turns into like a 6 hour project. I hope that you have excellent luck. I hope nothing bad happens, and I hope that you have a wonderful day. Thanks so much for checking in. We'll catch you around. Okay. We are gonna go with a strategy where we're picking up the foundry. I would prefer the cliff nest for the troops. We already have the troops necessary in our starting forces, so I don't think I really need any more there. So we're just gonna pick up these golems in preparation for getting the ivory tower. We will hope for the best. We will see what happens. We got plenty of gold right now. Let's pick up a third hero. Phixfox, a third hero. Yes, we're gonna pick up a third hero. I think that at least 3 heroes on this map are gonna make a lot of sense. Medium-sized maps, you don't necessarily need to do that, but I think we're going to. And in fact, I feel like a horde of peasants, I think I ought to just take this other hero north and go through this northern gap. I'm already kind of spreading my forces out a little bit. If there's an enemy in this upper right corner like I anticipate, I want to see them before they get to me. So this is going to give us gems, this is going to give us more gold. Maybe we're going to find enough ore to make sure that we don't have any problems. We still need, let's see, we still need mercury, 2 units of sulfur, so 5 units of mercury, 2 units of sulfur, and 1 unit of gems if we're going to get the mages here in week 1. It's a tall order, but we can see gems, we got some crystal. I mean, we're probably not gonna be able to trade very well, but who knows. There's 5 sulfur. You do kind of have to have these campfires hit for you. If the luck isn't quite right, you might have some issues. This is, by the way, a little bit of an issue here. Lots of wolves. We're gonna win this fight. I just worry about the losses a tiny bit. Let's do it like this. I think that the 23 halflings are good, but not great. Let's do it like this. Let's have giants ready to go and support. I think I actually need the boars here, so that way they're 6 speed. They should be able to get around the giants unless we have terrible terrain. So let's do it like this. But lots of wolves. Yeah, these losses are... I'm going to see what I can do to prevent this, but expected. The losses are somewhat expected. Okay, and here's what I mean by the terrain. Thankfully, it's actually going to work out in our favor because the giants are going to be able to sit right here, and that's going to prevent damage onto the halflings. So let's do it like this. Let's go down with the boars here. There's not going to be any good morale from the wolves because they don't have any mixed troops. You only get +1 morale here in Heroes 2 if you've got... Let's see... You only get good morale if you got 2 types of the same unit. I don't really know who to stone skin here, but I feel like I ought to stone skin somebody. Can these wolves, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Tell you what, I am still gonna stone skin these halflings, but we're gonna do damage here, damage here. Boars are just gonna stay put. Let's try and kill wolves here. Do damage here. I suppose I could step right here and that would prevent the halflings from taking any amount of damage. And then I could stone skin the magi. Tell you what, let's do that. I'd considered using the giants to just go south, but maybe I can adjust this just a tiny bit. That's gonna help the halflings, or rather the magi stay alive a little bit longer. Let's do this. Don't care about losing boars. Giants are almost impervious with their thick skin to these wolves. 100 HP left, not a problem. And then we're gonna get out of this fight pretty quickly. Okay. And it saves 22 halflings. Those are the times where I can say to myself, look, I think I can fight this fight and lose no forces. I don't really, as I stop and think about it, how do I explain that? How do I help teach that skill of being able to recognize in the pre-game fight how the fight should go so that way you know whether to fight it yourself or not? I can't tell you. There's sometimes I can recognize that There's no way I can do better than the AI here if the AI plays the way I expect it to. And then there's times where I say, well, I think I have a strategy that can actually help. And so this was one of those times where the terrain certainly helped, but I think I would have found a way to avoid losing any halflings one way or the other. Gambler's lucky coin from a treasure chest, not too bad. So we are now at +2 morale, +1 luck. That feels good. It feels just fine. I'm for it. I do want... Let's see, I want my secondary heroes to go before I figure out what to do with Myra in just a minute or two. Next turn, she's probably going to go south as we pick up this obelisk here. She could go back south, or she could go up through this little chasm to the north. And I don't know what's going to be best. We'll have to wait and find out. Obelisk, we'll come back for that later. Again, I want to get exploring over here so that way I can find what we need. 6 more sulfur. Folks, we have 20 sulfur. That is great. That was not what I was expecting. But here is our crystal mine. Maybe on day 1, we're going to be able to go out and grab that. Yeah, with another week's worth of troops, maybe we'll end up grabbing that. If I thought that I was going to be able to get the 5 mercury, I would definitely invest in this mage guild right now. I suppose it doesn't matter if I get the cliff nest or the mage guild. If I don't get the resources for the ivory tower, okay, then next turn I'm just going to buy the cliff nest. So I guess that the right play to do here is to purchase the mage guild so I leave myself open to picking up enough mercury. I can't trade for it, it's too expensive, but if there's 1 or 2 pots of mercury right here, I'm going to look like a genius. Sometimes I play a little too fast for my own good, and I forget to slow down and think about those opportunities, but if you're playing in a good, reasonable pace where you take the time to sift through the different opportunities, number 1, I get the most satisfaction out of playing that way, and number 2, I tend to find that I play much better, and little things end up going much better for me. Folks, this is very, very fortuitous. Here on day 1, week 1, day 7, we've got a gem mine. That's lovely. For wizards, oh, that's wonderful. And for the first time, we do see several crusaders. Will the Crusaders be able to keep the peace? That was the question. I don't know about that, my guys. I don't know. We will have to wait and see. J Nasty 1515, hey, first time catching a live stream, watching the stream on one screen and playing Heroes 3 on another screen. Love the videos. I am so glad that you are having fun playing some wonderful heroes yourself. Hopefully the game is going pretty well. What are you playing? Are you playing campaigns or single scenarios? Let me know. I'm very, very interested. But welcome. Happy to have you here. Yeah, I think that you've been following for quite some time. So very happy that we finally were able to connect and get to spend the time with you. I gotta tell you though, I'm the kind of person that I prefer to play myself more than I like to watch somebody else play. So I think that you've got the exact perfect setup where you get to do both. So I'm very happy for that for you. Good stuff, good stuff. Okay, we mentioned we didn't want to fight lots of elves. A pack of elves is less, it's not gonna be as bad. I think what I wanna do though is split up these boars, 6 speed versus 4 speed. They're gonna actually get down the battlefield pretty quickly. We're going to take some losses. It's not great, but we're going to take some losses. 7 of the halflings goes down. I am going to cast the 1 stone skin, and then I'm going to hit Q just to end the battle. Here in FHeroes2, of course, we do have the opportunity to just hit Q and resolve the battle in quick mode. That saved us 1 halfling. Yeah, 3 spell points, 1 halfling. Okay, all right. It's not really mathing here, but it's kind of mathing. I'm typically a campaign guy. I am on the Sandra Necromancy campaign. Oh, fantastic. We just completed that ourselves on YouTube. Of course, I started off on YouTube, and Twitch is kind of a newer thing, but I like Twitch because it's a good opportunity for me to get to spend time with people, talk with people, like yourself, of course. So yeah, I really enjoyed the Sandro campaign because the previous campaigns were very much like a struggle, like it was tough. And then finally, you get to play as the bad guy, and you just get to obliterate and overwhelm everybody with your 2 awesome artifacts. Ugh. Sometimes it pays to be good, but sometimes it pays to be bad. +1 spell power, I'm happy for it. I don't think that we're going to be doing a lot of water walking on this scenario. Navigation rarely is the best play. I definitely don't think it's the right play here. So let's go with the mysticism. We're not building a most tremendous hero just yet. But with expert wisdom, basic eagle eye, basic mysticism, we're doing something. We're doing something. We do want to stop in at the mage guild pretty quickly. I didn't actually check to see what spells we got, but haste, curse, dispel. Tell you what, haste is actually fantastic for giants. Haste is actually fantastic for giants. So we're going to make that a priority to head back fairly quickly. Are there any other purchases we need to make right now? Tell you what, it's time for us to pick up the statue. Yeah, it's day 1, so even if we found the Mercury, we wouldn't need that just yet. Christina Diamonds is back in the chat. Hi guys. Hello Christina, nice to have you here. Hopefully everything's going fantastic for you. It's always a pleasure to get to talk to you. We're playing some spellcasters here, and the wizards are doing a good job for us so far. We started off with a couple of extra troops, more so than we usually do, and that's helping me clear out the map, which feels pretty nice. I'm really enjoying having what feels to me to be a very, very fast start. Whoa, this doesn't feel fantastic though. Let's fight this a little bit differently. Yeah, it feels nice to have a little bit of a faster start. When me and my dad were collaborating on our most recent video that we posted over to YouTube, we talked about a little bit of the differences between playing on expert versus, what's right below expert? Oh, impossible difficulty versus expert. I play on impossible, he plays on expert. And really, the important thing to me is not really so much about the resources. It's more about making sure that the AI plays the very, very best it can. And in Heroes 3, it doesn't really matter. It's going to play the same either way, depending on whether or not you are doing impossible or expert. It's just a matter of getting some additional resources. So it feels pretty good to me to be able to just know that we're playing, having fun. And when I'm playing on impossible difficulty and I get some good starting troops to mitigate not having as many resources, that feels pretty good. It's so uncommon that it feels a little bit extra, and that feels really nice. So I think that these giants are going to tussle in just a moment. Let's continue to pop down these golems. Notice that I'm playing with terrain a little bit. I'm actually doing this on purpose. I took the boars and the giants off of the halflings, so that way these guys would want to go back up north and deal with them. And then I'm going to continue to barrage this group of iron golems here. I might try and pick off one golem there in just a moment or two. But the terrain's been lovely. Being able to play with, again, going back and forth between what enemy is going to go where for me. It's been pretty good. And with the 2 speed on these golems, they're just going to be a real sorry group of individuals when I'm done with them. I don't think that these boars can actually kill this iron golem very quickly. I don't know if I'm going to lose one. 5 hit points at a time? Oh, geez. We got, I've said it before, I'll say it again, bigger fish to fry. Oh, yes, thank you. It was a hard week at work, TGIF. I'm so sorry you had a hard week at work. Don't tell me if you don't feel comfortable letting me know, but do you mind sharing what you do for work? I'm always interested to know what other people do. I understand that every job has its stresses, but I'm sure that some have a particular possibility of having an extra hard week. It just depends on what you got going on. Hopefully nothing you haven't dealt with before. Hopefully something that you can actually get to the weekend for and relax and enjoy. I've had jobs in my past where you're stressed out all the time and you don't get enough of breathing room on the weekend, like those 2 days aren't enough for you to be ready for Monday, and then you just get further and further behind. Hopefully that's not something that anybody here is currently in. If it is, my heart goes out to you because I've been there, and it's one of my least favorite things in the world. So here's hoping that everybody's doing okay. Mandigal, for now, he's just hanging out here. Should I make purchases? I'll tell you what I feel like I want to do. I do want to clear out these elves. I'm going to have the rocks to help make this happen. I think I'll do it like this. If I lose one rock in this fight, like, so be it. But I'm just going to try and keep the halflings alive. I'm going to go for, let's call it, just a couple boars. Split the boars up. Not like that. Let's split the boars up like this. Let's do it like this. And then that way, hopefully the elves are going to have a little bit of a tough time figuring out who to attack. There is going to be the haste spell because we just picked that up for Mandigal. And then on the way out, he can give Flint and some other forces, the troops, to get them over to Myra in just a moment or two. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Steeson, I'm not here. I'm out drinking with my best pal. Steeson, I am so happy that you're having a good time. That makes me happy for you, sir. So if you see Steeson, please let him know that I appreciate him very much, and I hope he's having a fantastic day. Good luck with the game, and oh, Steeson, you know I don't speak Danish. Or maybe you don't. Maybe you assumed that I do. Maybe you're a couple of drinks in and you're like, yeah, Phixfox understands me no matter what I say. I'm so sorry, Steeson. I do not understand you no matter what you say, but I will do my very best. My very best indeed. Are we going to lose a rock? We might lose this rock here. We took a lot of damage from these groups here. Yeah, so it's going to be one rock that's lost. I can't stop it. So I think I'm going to end up just hitting auto combat here because really there's auto combat's going to lose one rock. I've already lost one rock. It is what it is. It is what it is. 420 experience though. We'll pick up the artifact. We have come upon a fight between a Necromancer and a Paladin. Remember what we talked about? We talked about the Paladins kind of keeping the peace between the spellcasters. Yeah, that's a bit of a problem. Here's the Paladin defeating our enemy Necromancers. The Necromancer blasts the Paladin with a firebolt, bringing him to his knees. Acting quickly, you slay the evil one. Before the final blow, the grateful Paladin gives you the fire cloak that saved him. And so now we're going to send everybody over like this. Like this. Whoa. All right. If Phixfox can click, which I believe I can. I've just shown that I have a problem occasionally with it. Occasionally. We'll get there. We'll get there. And then just because of the way that this is going to work out, I think that I can actually have Mandigal go through and bring other troops to the front in just a moment. We're going to clear out the golems. Wow, that's a little bit more than I wanted to handle. Terrain is not nearly so forgiving. I think that we hope that these troops are going to go to the north, and then we will block them off in a moment after. So boar here. Let's see. How to do this. We're going to do it like this and this. So that way, hopefully the troops split. We've got to attack the biggest stack here. We're going to skip with the giants for a moment. And it is going to be the Magi that these troops try and go towards. We'll deal with that in just a moment. Christina says, normally I'm a physical therapist. I work a few hours only to earn a bit more money because I started being a trainee in an insurance company. Very cool. Very, very cool. I like that. That's cool. Yeah, physical therapy is a very well-respected field in my opinion. I mean, I understand that as a physical therapist, it's kind of your job to hurt people. Like, because you have to hurt people in order for them to get better. You have to push them to do their exercises and get strengthened. And so I'm sorry if you ever feel like you're underappreciated for what you do, but of course you had to have some extensive schooling to make that happen. I could see how that could be very, very stressful. I'm sure that you have some clients who are not happy to be there at all. So hopefully you're having better times, better days all the time. Okay, folks, even though we weren't able to get the best possible split, I was able to split off this one golem, and then when this boar steps up, it's going to be back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. So we shouldn't have too many problems because the AI is too many hexes away from this boar. It'll work out. You watch. I've got a plan. 1, 2, 3. I'm just going to move the giants down. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to move them up, actually. Yeah, I guess that there was a chance for good morale, but oh well. And then there he goes. And now we've effectively separated our enemies here. Giants are going to kill here. Let's start working on this big stack of 9. Oh, I did not anticipate that I wouldn't kill the full stack there. That was a little bit surprising. Huh, weird. And then a little bit, haha, it's recommended. a little bit. I'm okay with that. Yeah, I really hope that you're always feeling happy, feeling okay. Man, there's nothing better than having a job that you love and you appreciate. So how did you get into physical therapy? Some people, they just knew that they wanted to be in a helping profession and they decided that they wanted to do something that they could be helpful for people and effective. Some people, they look at it as a career move where they say, well, I should be able to make a substantial amount of money, and that's kind of the deciding factor. How did you get into it? Again, if you don't mind me asking, if I ever overstep with anybody and I start talking to you about things that you don't want to talk about, just tell me, hey, thanks for the question. I'm not gonna talk about that, and that won't hurt my feelings ever. We're gonna take the experience here. Ooh, what an interesting choice. Pathfinding is always interesting because unlike logistics, it's not always a for sure. Logistics you always take. Leadership, pretty much you always take. Pathfinding, not always, but I do see some snow here on the map, and so because of that, I am going to take the pathfinding. That should be useful, and Myra is turning into an okay hero. Level 6, no attack, 1 defense, 3 spell power, 6 knowledge. She does still need to get back to Vertigo though, doesn't she? Yeah, she does. Kind of forgot about that when I was going through all this other stuff. Tell you what, let's grab this +2 to our spell power for the caster's bracelet of magic, and then we'll go back. While searching through the rubble of a caved-in mine, you free a group of trapped dwarves. Grateful, the leader gives you a golden bracelet. That would be terrifying, by the way. I'm not particularly afraid of heights. I do not like the idea of being in a very cramped, tight space. I unfortunately have started watching videos about cave divers, and it's horrifying. People that go into the smallest spaces that they can possibly fit in, and then they have accidents and problems. If it's your kind of thing, fantastic, wonderful, power to you. It's not my thing. It's not my thing at all. And yeah, I'm not here to tell you how to live your life, but I do not want to ever get trapped in a small space ever. So let's do our best. If those dwarves for that caster's bracelet, if they were trapped in that kind of sort of area, I know it's just a video game, but my heart kind of hurts for them. I feel that little twinge of sadness. So it is what it is. Feeling Greg, nice to have you here. Welcome. Wow, I'm also participating in physical therapy, but unfortunately as a patient. So then actually this is good, because then we can have both sides of the story, right? Christina can't just say, well, it's the patients that aren't doing enough work, you know, and you can also rebut and say, no, it's the physical therapist that's being too harsh with me. It's nice that we are going to get both sides of the coin. So wonderful to have you here, and that's hopefully you're feeling better and doing well too, especially if you need a physical therapist. Yeah, I hope that you don't need a physical therapist as quickly as possible. Zarfal's in the chat. Hi, good to see a stream today during my work from home day. Oh, fantastic, Zarfal. Hey, and thank you so much for the subscription. I saw that you subscribed last time after the stream ended. Thank you so very much for that subscription. It's a pleasure having you here. I hope I get to keep you for a long, long time. So hopefully work goes well for you as well. And then Christina says, medicine is really, really interesting, and I love to learn new things and work in this field, but unfortunately it doesn't pay good money here in Germany. Oh, that's very true. I forget. So in America, where I am at, it's a bit of an issue. Oh, as we see an enemy just here in the darkness, maybe. It is a bit of an issue here in America because of the way that our healthcare system works, where, yeah, you are more likely to get money if you work in the medical field. It's a bit of a rough system, and I don't have a good way about it, but I can understand how in Germany it would be less ideal for you. So selling insurance, anytime you're selling anything, there's always money to be made. Always, right? If you're selling something that people want or people need, you're gonna have a pretty good time because they know that they need something from you and they know where to get it. I always love the idea of how do you sell somebody a pencil, right? They talk about salespeople. Here, sell me this pencil. Okay, not a problem. Yeah, it's not a problem to sell a pencil to somebody. We need this mercury, by the way. But you only sell something to people that they already need, right? And so it's kind of nice to me in my mind to have that sort of job where you're selling, because sure, sometimes you have to hit the pavement and get people interested in your services, but other times people come to you because they already need something and you don't really have to sell them on it. Insurance, people need insurance. That's kind of one of those things you don't really need to sell to people nearly so much. You're just there to help them make good decisions. We had it looks like a new subscription. J Nasty 1515 subscribe with Prime. Thank you so much for the subscription. I sincerely appreciate it. Again, hope I get to keep you as well for a good long time. Thank you so much. First stream, and I appreciate it very, very much. Sincerely, I do. Let's see. Heathot is also in the chat, by the way. Heathot says, hi, hello, nice to have you here. We're playing some spellcasters. We are, as the wizards, we know that there are sorceresses on the map. We know that there are necromancers. We also know that there are warlocks, and everybody started off with a couple of troops, so we may be on a collision course with each other very, very quickly. We do got to get to this ivory tower. And we did spot one unit of mercury here. I'm doubting it's 5, but I'm hoping. And then here, we've got our alchemist lab. I don't know how to get to that. We might have to go all the way around, but we've also seen some activity here in the darkness. I don't know what to expect, but I'm out of things to build. I don't think another hero is going to be particularly useful at the moment. We don't really need the Thieves Guild. It's just going to cost us wood that maybe we want to trade later for something else. I'm going to just wait on any purchases until later. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to wait on purchases and maybe we'll come back later. Saw the Fix Dad video on YouTube. Really cool seeing Fix Elder. I mentioned it in the very beginning of the stream, and I am very happy to reiterate my experience with that has been wonderful. I'm so very grateful. People have been so exceedingly kind, and it's really very it's wonderful to me that so many people are being so very generous in their comments, and my dad is said things like, wow, now I understand a little bit of like why you do some of these videos. The way I've described it is overwhelming. It's been an overwhelming outpouring of support. And I mentioned that my dad, yeah, I like my dad an awful lot. I think that everybody should like my dad if they get to meet him. But I was a little bit hesitant. I was a little bit worried. Would everybody enjoy seeing my dad, spending time with him like I enjoy spending time with him? I wasn't sure. But I'm very glad that everybody is having such a wonderful time. So, yeah. I'm looking forward to him having more of a presence in the future. I think that that'll be wonderful when he does some more videos doing Heroes Might and Magic 3. And one of the more interesting points about it is that me and my dad play very differently. I learned an awful lot about Heroes Might and Magic from my father. Absolutely, 100%. But also, as we pick up leadership, which is lovely, but also, me and my dad, like, I've developed a little bit of my own style and strategy, and as I watched him play, I realized where I got certain things that I do. Like, as my dad is playing, I realized, oh my gosh, that's where I got that from. And so little things like that, just wonderful for me. Even if nobody else enjoyed it at all, it was the best use of my time I possibly ever could have done. So I'm glad everybody else enjoyed it. But even if I'm just being guilty pleasure sort of a deal, just doing it for me and for my dad, it was still fantastic. So anyway, I appreciate it. Thanks so much. And then Keon says the new Olden era gameplay trailer looks really cool. Hi, by the way. Hello, Keon. Nice to have you here. Pleasure having you here as always. Yeah, so there's a new one that dropped, I think, today. And I got to tell you, I haven't actually looked at it. Should we look at it? Should we look at it? Would they be mad? Is it wrong if I show the game trailer for Olden era, the new one, here on stream? Like, is that like a faux pas? Is that rude of me? Is that somehow like stealing their content or something? I don't really know what the rules are. Look at it. Tell you what. All right, folks, we're gonna take a little bit of a detour. This is gonna just take me just half a moment here to set this up. Dun, 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 dun. Copy. Paste. Okay. Good. You'd think I would already have something set up to watch the internet, but I just don't. You'd think I would, but I just don't. Okay. So let me find this new trailer, because the new trailer that dropped, I mean, I haven't seen it yet, and I'm always interested in the Olden era stuff. I mentioned that I'm still doing my video for Olden era, and it's coming up pretty quick. I actually got the response back from a member of the Olden era team recently, and I'm very happy for it. I was a little bit worried that they were not going to be able to get back to me. They mentioned that they're having a really busy sort of time, which I can surely appreciate here. But in general, it was just nice to get that response back from them. Okay, so let's do this thing. Will you choose to protect or corrupt it? Hive faction looking pretty good. This looks pretty good. That looks pretty good, folks. I don't know how you feel about it. I'm not here to tell you how to live your life or how to feel about it, but that looks and feels pretty okay to me. Like, I think that that's going to be pretty fantastic. So I could be wrong. And I'm not getting paid by the Olden era team or anything like that. I'm not a shill, but my goodness, I would love to see that go so well. because I just like Heroes of Might and Magic. So the art style kind of reminds me of Songs of Conquest a little bit. I wonder if that's just like the direction that 3D art is going in the year 2025. And then Zarfall also says it looks like Heroes 3 a lot, and I agree with that too. Like the art style looks pretty good. Here's the thing, I really like the art style. I've not played 6 and 7 much, but I was a little bit concerned about readability on the map. That looks very readable to me. As somebody who really enjoys Heroes 2, one of the things I love about Heroes 2 is everything is beautiful, it's brilliantly colored and fun to watch and fun to look at. More so than that, it is also just very legible. I can tell at a glance what's going on. I don't have to decipher what's happening. So if Olden era can do something similar where it looks very beautiful and looks very nice, but also I can play it as a strategy game, that seems wonderful to me. So people do reaction videos all the time. I guess that's true. Well, that's my reaction, is it looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. And then, yeah, did I see a dragon attacking city walls? I think that you did. I know that like the dragons, I think that there's the Ashen Dragon is one of the upgrades, and then the Black Dragon from the Cave Dragon. I think that they have special abilities where they can do like an empowered self ability on a cooldown timer that you don't click every single time. There's some strategy in the way that you use some of the abilities for these creatures. I think that there might be an ability that it was using there. Maybe it was attacking the castle walls, and maybe not. Maybe not. Did you notice though that the hex grid is back, which is fantastic, and it seems to be of an appropriate size? I would very be worried much if the battle map is too large or too small. Of course, it matters as far as how fast creatures are on the battlefield. That is a big to-do about whether or not it's good or not. But the battle map looks to be about the right size, and the castle fights look like they're going to be okay too. So lots of things that look pretty fantastic to me there. Did you like Songs of Conquest? The patient says. I have not played Songs of Conquest ever. It's on my list of things to do. I got a little bit sidetracked when my baby came around in December, so it is still on my list of things to do, is to play Songs of Conquest and give it a try. But I can't really say how Songs of Conquest is, other than just the gameplay trailers I've seen on that one. I will get to it at some point. It's just been a minute. Thank you so much, the patient, for the comment, and also for McFall. Thank you so much. And then Keon says the art style reminds me of League of Legends. Many of the developers worked on both WoW and League of Legends. Now that's a little bit interesting to me, because Dennis is the president of Unfrozen Studios, who is not the publisher, but the developer for the game. And a lot of the things that they've talked about with their online competitive play is that they've talked pretty heavily about using an MMR system, and they've likened it under popular games like League of Legends. I have a history with League of Legends. I hope I never go back to it because it is not my favorite gaming experience, but that doesn't mean that they don't have some things that are tried, true, and tested that'll work very, very well. But very interesting that they have those official ties. I heard several times in many of the interviews that they had said things that were related to League of Legends, related to World of Warcraft. I didn't realize that there was an official tie because people had actually worked on that game. So that's interesting to me as well. So yeah, very interesting. What do we think about the animations? One of the big concerns that I have, and one of the big concerns that other people, Chris, for example, here on Twitch, have expressed, is the concern of like, will my computer be able to play it? Right? It looked beautiful. The animations looked fantastic, but is it going to be playable on my potato PC? Now in 2025, I don't have a potato PC. I'm doing pretty okay for myself. Truly, I am. But Heroes of Might and Magic at its roots is a game that was meant to be played by whoever had a computer that could possibly run anything. If you could run MS Word, you should be able to play a Heroes of Might and Magic game. I hope that the specs are not so intensive that you have to have a fantastic computer. I think that one of the things that they've mentioned is that they are planning on making it playable for an average, quote unquote, computer in 2025. But my expectation of what an average computer is in 2025 and what their expectation is in 2025 are likely very different. And so that's still an unknown for me. I don't know. I'm excited to find out, but I hope it remains very accessible to the population at large, because I think that that is, at its roots, what Heroes of Might and Magic is all about. Truly, is a fun, relaxing, turn-based experience, having a fun time, and everybody gets to play it. If everybody doesn't get to play it, I'm gonna be pretty bummed. Gonna be pretty sad. And then looks awesome. Feeling Greg. All I'm hoping Olden Era will have some of the Heroes of Might and Magic 4 style background music. Paul Romero is composing some of the music, so fingers crossed. Yes, he is. And they got Chris Valesco, who did things like Bloodborne and StarCraft, a couple of other quality games, even games I haven't played, but the music is well known to be quality. They got them to do it. And then it's the Heroes of Might and Magic Orchestra. They are also doing a lot of the music for it, which is fantastic. I think that that's great that the developers have gone out to the community to find inspiration, insight, and talented people that can help make the game even better. If Paul Romero was not working on the game, though, I would be very concerned personally. I'm so glad when that announcement dropped. For a second there, everything in the world became right, and that felt pretty fantastic. So yeah, music is a big part of it. As a quick aside, before I get back to chat, we have picked up our Magi. We have just picked up our Cloud Castle. A week 3 Cloud Castle is not something to sneeze at. I probably could have gotten the Ivory Tower at the very end of week 2 if I had thought about it and I was trading, but we got a little bit caught up talking about some other stuff there. I make no apologies for it. I'm happy to trade a little bit of strategic gameplay for some good quality conversation. That happens occasionally. Okay, back to the game. Oh, by the way, and we've also seen enemies here on this side. We've seen enemies here. It looks like we're all going to be meeting in the middle. Maybe there's a castle with a mage guild in the middle. That would be pretty nifty. I would actually like that. That'd be nifty. Okay. And then Jay Nasty says, on the dungeon trailer, I saw that every unit can be upgraded, sometimes multiple times, and potentially multiple abilities for each unit. So it seems like it may be a big learning curve compared to 1 through 4. I know that the developers have said that they don't want to remove any amount of the tactical strategy necessary for the game. I know that they've said that they want it to be, maybe difficult is the wrong word, but complex. You don't want to, you want to make it easy for new people to join, but as a strategy game, you don't want it to lose what made it so wonderful in the first place. So yeah, I feel that in a big way. There's some new sounds going on that I've never heard in my life. I have no idea what these new sounds are. Let me just check this out. Oh my gosh. Oh, thank you, Keon, for cheering tons and tons of bits again and again and again and again. Wow, thank you. I appreciate that. I don't really know what bits are and I don't really know how they work, but I'm very grateful to find out. So thank you very much. Appreciate that. Keon says, feeling Greg, I agree. I love the battle music from Heroes of Might and Magic 4. I would love for the same style. Yeah, the Heroes 4 music, so much of that Heroes 4 is just so very good. Let's see. And what else? These games generally don't require much GPU power, says Heathwood Q. Yep, I hear that as well. And if it turns out to be that it does require something really extra special, okay, but I've said what I've said, and I make no apologies for it. Truly. Wait a second, haven't I seen this gameplay before? But I remember Knights in a Warlock town. This map feels fairly similar, Christina, to Black Forest, where the Knights were in the bottom left, and then the Warlocks were in the upper right, but there was none of this water here, and this is only the spellcasters. So just so we're on the same page, this is spellcasters. 4 spellcasters face off with substantial starting armies. Can the Crusaders keep the peace? So we're playing as the Wizards in the upper left. I don't know where anybody else is, but we do have 3 other spellcasting opponents. So, but I think that we're thinking of Black Forest, because that was a fun playthrough too, I seem to recall. Okay, we are out of, we are out of gold and stuff, but we're in a little bit of an issue here. So I do see Wrathmont, who maybe he has some new dragons, and maybe these are the original dragons that Red started with. I don't know, but I know that I would like to take Sorpagal, just so I don't mess this up. Let me take a look at my Thieves Guild, see if there's anything nifty. Well, before we do that, let's look here. Wrathmont is the toughest hero. It's not Sandro as the tough hero. Number of heroes, blue is lowest on the totem pole. We're right behind them. But then I purchased this simply so I can look to see, bone dragons. So Sandro does have bone dragons in there. Do I want to fight that fight? I really wanted to just go for this graveyard, and then I stumbled on this. I could get the gazebo, then the graveyard, and then come back. Let's see what Flint can do, and then we'll figure out from there. The patient asks, is it worth it to upgrade your mages? Absolutely. They are, even though they're kind of a costly upgrade, of course, because in Heroes 2, the cost to upgrade them is double. The Ivory Tower, it's it's a good upgrade. Getting the ability to potentially dispel beneficial spells on an enemy that they attack 20% of the time, that's worthwhile. You get the extra speed, you get the extra attack skill. I don't think you get extra hit points. You might go from 30 HP up to 35, but it's worth it to me, even for the cost and the upgrade per unit. So we'll plan on doing that. I kind of hope that these enemies attack each other. Red has left me alone, so I'm gonna go pick up my gazebo so I'm stronger. I feel good about that. And I wonder if somebody else has already got this graveyard. I'm guessing that they have. I don't know. After the Colossal Caverns playthrough, where we picked up a Battle Garb of Andoran from a graveyard, I'm kind of partial to these things. I'm kind of excited to see what happens there. This is going to be a free Tree of Knowledge. I was stepping on it to check if it was going to be gold or gems, but free is free, and I'm fine with free. In fact, heck, wisdom, sure, why not? That way, if we do get to the 5th level Mage Guild, we're going to be able to use some spells very, very nicely. Okay, we got treasure here. Got this other stuff. Blue is here, but they're gonna have to go through these forces. Looks like blue just hasn't made it to the middle yet. Us, green and red, we're here, and blue is late to the party. I don't know. I was about to say that a wizard is never late, but I'm the wizards. Apparently sorceresses are absolutely late here in the bottom left. Okay. Month 1, week 3, day 6, on to day 7. I'm really got to know what happens here. I want to take a look at this blue hero to see what they have. 7 phoenixes. Wow, that's a lot. 7 phoenixes is a bunch. And actually, it's kind of nifty because phoenixes are immune to cold rays, lightning bolts. That could prove to be a little bit of an issue. Red runs away. Green stays put. I do not want these bone dragons and these bone dragons to join up. I feel like I am obligated to attack here. I feel like I must attack here. Because if the forces combine, I might not be able to defeat them. But united we stand, divided we fall, sort of a deal. The question is that do I ruin my morale as I go into this fight? I guess that with +4 morale, I can stomach possibly having an issue here. Let's see if we're going to get the negative morale or if we're going to get to fight somebody. We do get to fight. We do get to fight. These losses are not good. We're going to make this go much, much better. Trying to conserve our spell points because I don't think we have a full 40. We've got 26 out of 80. Yeah, we never stayed a night in the Mage Guild. These forces, giants should be able to handle them pretty well. Probably going to end up hasting the giants. Hasting and stone skinning them so that they last longer. Yeah, most likely. That's what we're going to do. Okay, I'm going to step the boars down here and have the rock step in front in just a second as well. I want the zombies to go north. I want them to go up as quickly as they can. Can we reach here? We cannot. So let's do it like this. Let's do the stone skin now. And when it's the giant's turn next time, maybe then we haste. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to step to right here. Just try and get the spacing right. And so yeah, all the mutant zombies should go up. And then after they've gone away from the mages, then these other troops are going to go forward to try and stop them. Oh, all right, it's very similar. Yes, it is very similar, Christina, to the Black Forest playthrough. So yeah, no, your eyes do not deceive you. That makes perfect sense to me too. I would have thought the exact same thing. But 5 more turns on this stone skin. I think that this stack is actually good. I think we want to work on other stacks. Sometimes the question is this, is that do I want to attack this closest stack or do I want to attack other stacks? Knowing that the giants were about to take their turn, it felt good to make sure that they could step forward and then work on these other stacks. Otherwise, I was worried I would waste some of the damage from the giants. We can kill 3 to 7 of these mutant zombies. We're going to start needing to take some hits. We got to start doing some damage. So let's just start doing that now. 3, 9, 20, 20, and 20. There's still 60 something extra zombies here. I do want to kill 1 full stack of zombies, but I don't want to waste the damage. You can kill base level 3, or you can kill up to 9. Tell you what, I do want to eliminate 1 full stack. It's wasteful. We did 121 damage. That would have killed, what, 6 mutant zombies? It's wasteful on the damage, but that's going to make sure that 1 more retaliation goes in the appropriate place. And that doesn't feel too bad. I'm going to haste the giants. No, I want them to stay put. We're building like a little bit of a wall here. We're not going to kill this full stack here. Start working here. Okay, now the giants are going to kind of do a swinging gate maneuver. We're going to adjust the speed with rocks. I know I said I wasn't going to spend a lot of spell points. Whoops, my bad. Oh well. These things do happen. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Halflings are safe. The rocks might take a bit of a beating here. 3 to 7. Let's kill 3 to 7. I said that the halflings were safe, and then I realized I was wrong. But the giants with their stone skin are taking the damage like they ought to. Everybody's gonna step up. We're gonna keep the halflings safe. And I'm not saying that I'm fighting this fight in like a particularly masterful kind of way, but this is working. The question is here is that do I try and kill mutant zombies with these other creatures? Unfortunately, this group is gonna go. I could use the 3 spell points and haste the giants. But again, with 20 spell points left, I really want to save the spell points. So I'm gonna lose 1 rock instead of use the 3 spell power, or the 3 spell points. I don't love that decision. That's all I can really say about it. But we're gonna save the bulk of our troops. We're gonna save the fragile but high damage dealing halflings, and these losses look way better to me. So it's gonna be 2,000 experience, good. Luck for the +1 spell power, good. And then Serenity Pendant. I don't know how likely it is that Berserk is going to come out, but on a spellcaster sort of map, that feels okay. Knowing what I know now, do I really want to attack Sabu? He's going to have probably 3 to 4 attack, maybe 0 or 1 defense. Do I want to attack Sabu? My door just opened. Let me think about that as I close the door. Do I want to do that? I meant it when I said I don't want the bone dragons to combine. These are some pretty nasty forces. The patient says I tend to save scum quite a lot. I never see you do it. Is that a conscious decision? Tell you what, I made a commitment when I was doing all the campaigns for Heroes 2. For every single one of the Heroes 2 campaigns, I did it without any saving at all. And I was really, really happy with that decision because it upped the difficulty. In recent times, to save people time from me just restarting a map and wasting an hour, I've changed that up a little bit, but I do try to make sure that I don't as much as possible. There's still times I do, but I try to do that less. That's definitely for sure. One opportunity I can do here, rather than attack Sabu, I can stand in front of Sorpagal, and I don't think that you can be in a castle and trade with somebody right there. You have to step out and then trade. You can't trade on the diagonal. If I step right here, then my goal is met, where the bone dragons are not going to combine with Sabu. And then if Sandro wants to come out and fight me, he can, but he has to sally forth and try and face me head on. So I'm going to do that. I'm just going to hedge my bet. I'm going to step to right there. And then I'll make a decision. I kind of want red and green to fight. I don't actually want to fight these guys myself. We'll see. But this is Phixfox kicking the can down the road, not being very wise in the sense that I am, not helping myself be very aggressive and winning right now. But it might keep me safe. Right? And if we save, maybe we attack and we have no problems. But if we try and play these games as a one-shot, this changes the decision-making quite a bit. And so I don't really feel bad about that. Okay. We're going to end turn onto a new day. Blue is kind of retreating. Green is walking around. Red kind of doing whatever they want to do here. And then we're going to figure out what they want to do. Bone dragons, green dragons. I think that they should fight and then I should beat the winner. Let's see if we can make them do that. Rise to Ruin says, morning, Fix chat. Happy Friday. Happy Friday to you as well, Rise. Always a pleasure to have you. And thank you so much for the nice comment on YouTube most recently. I really appreciated that. Okay, Sandro here. I'm going to fight Sandro. Sabu, I don't really want to fight. Sandro, I want to take out these bone dragons while they're weak. It's a glorious victory, but still, it's going to cost me 2 bone dragons at least. Yeah, this is not a nothing fight, but you can see why I definitely didn't want a barbarian with attack skill to have 2 additional bone dragons. Sandro's a really good hero, though. Look at this. 2 attack, 2 defense, 7 spell power, 7 knowledge. Poor morale, of course, because of the undead, but 68 spell points. It says we're going to win, but this is not a gimme. We definitely need some kind of damaging spell. Because we're getting to the point with 7 spell power, 8 knowledge. as a spellcastery kind of fight, we should be able to do some damage. I hope. I hope. Okay. What's the best way of approaching this fight? I want the halflings to go before the bone dragons. I could potentially haste the giants instead. I could step the boars to here, giants to there. But then the bone dragons just go down anyway. I'll tell you what I want to do is I want to get the 5-speed magi and the 5-speed halflings to kill bone dragons before I actually have to engage with them. 1, 2, so I'm 3 spots away. If I step here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I'm not gonna be able to get in. But if I step to right here, this section's still kind of cordoned off. And then I can reach the liches next turn. So tell you what, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna haste the halflings. They're still gonna go after the liches, that's okay. Unless, oh boy, I should have waited. I should have waited until it was my magi's turn, because now the enemy can actually do a negating spell and they can debuff my halflings. They can slow them, they can blind them. There's issues there. I should have waited. Or they could haste their bone dragons. I have several questions. How do I feel about that? The answer is not great. I don't feel great about that decision. I don't feel great about that decision. I'm not here to tell the AI how to do its thing, but that was clearly less than optimal. The rocks are going to slot into this spot here. The skeletons were too far away. Giants, I don't know. The halflings have already taken 1 bit of damage from the liches. Can the boars deal with all these troops? Probably. With the rocks they can. So I'm going to leave the giants right here so they can respond to the north or to the south. Not if, but when the bone dragons come down. Unless the bone dragons stay to defend the liches. Can I do both? 1, 2, 3, 4. So if I go to here, I can go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. I have to go to here because of this bit of terrain. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So actually I can go to right here, and then this way I get the best of both worlds. I'm still in a defensive position where I can reach the halflings if they're attacked and the magi, but also I'm getting down the battlefield so I can do good things. Yeah, okay. You got to think about the spacing. Spacing does kind of matter. Roman Rosaj, I have many questions. Well, I only have one. WTF? Yeah. Yeah, I hear that. It was more of a WTF than anything, and you only really need one question there, because that was less than ideal. Absolutely. Thankfully, by the way, we are going to get the boars that go first next turn with their 6 speed, I believe. Let's see, yeah, because their archers are going to go last, and so then my 6-speed boars are going to get to go next. I can haste next turn if I need to, and so that's making me wonder if I auto-attack bone dragons here rather than liches or skeletons. I think I will, because we're so close. We're going to have to take some damage anyway. Let's use the rocks to kill bone dragons. We're going to kill almost 1. 2 rocks goes down in the retaliation. We're going to cast the haste. Is the haste going to get us there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It looks like if I haste the giants, that they're going to be able to step up. Oh, but not until the bone dragons go. A little bit suboptimal there. Do we kill 1 bone dragon? We do. Haste on the liches, and I'm glad that I've ended up hasting the giants, because they should be able to do 100 points of damage. Almost 72 to 108. They're going to be pretty good for me. And then with 34 HP, I don't feel bad about hopefully having the halflings bring down 1 more bone dragon. With the good luck, you better believe that they're bringing down 1 more of those gentlemen. And then all these creatures are kind of dealt with. Halflings still are yet to go, as are the skeletons. We can kill 14 to 18 of the skeletons. 6 attack, 4 attack. We're going to take a retaliation probably here from the giants. So I'm just going to kill 1 full stack. Try and get out of this fight a little bit faster. My poor rocks. They've done the very best they can, but they are just having a really bad time. Okay, this is important. This is important. Oh, this is Picso. Hail to the best American streamer of all time. Thank you. That's a very, very kind thing for you to say. My French phenom friend, I'm very, very much appreciative of you. Thank you so kindly. It's a pleasure having you here, and thank you so very kindly for the subscription. It is my pleasure all the time. Thank you. Thank you so much. And hello to everyone, Picso says. Everyone, if you do not know, Picso is a French Heroes of Might and Magic player. He's doing a lot of stuff with Heroes of Might and Magic 1, which is fantastic. His tier lists are excellent. I love his discourse. He's very good at what he does. I would highly encourage you to go and check him out. Whenever I watch someone who speaks French or another language, I always use the captions for YouTube. You can find him on YouTube. You can find him here on Twitch. Go check him out. He is a friend of the channel. So, Picso, nice to have you here. Welcome, welcome. And again, thank you for the subscription. It is a pleasure. So we got the liches here, and here's the problem. If we kill the archers, which we could with the rocks, then the turn order will be adjusted, and then the liches are going to get to go first. I actually have to not kill these archers here. I don't know what the best thing to do is. I kind of want to keep these rocks alive for a future fight. I don't want to take the damage here. I don't really want to take the damage here. I think I just wait. I think I just skip. Sounds crazy to just wait on your turn, but that's what I'm going to do. Ah. What? Hold on. No. What? I need help from chat right now. What did I miss? What did I miss? 6-speed boars. Oh. Hasted liches go from 5 speed up to 7. For some reason, I thought that they were going to be at 6 speed because power liches are at 6 speed. So that was my error. Clearly, my error. I just thought that the liches were going to be equal speed to the boars, and because of the archers, I thought that we were going to be in a good spot. My mistake. My bad. See, unmet expectations can be a real killer if you're not ready for it. My expectations were certainly not met there, and that's okay. I think that now the rocks should be able to kill these archers, especially since we just took one of their retaliations. Do I have a slow or dispel? Tell you what, I'm going to dispel these liches just so that way the speed works out better in my favor. We only have 11 spell points left. I don't love this, but it should work well enough to make sure that we are able to kill them. Do I want to remove these guys' last chance to do something funny? I don't think so. I think we just kill. Just kill. And call it a day. 34 halflings, 11 boars, 7 rocks. The rocks are a big loss, as are the halflings, but nearly 1,700 experience, can't be too bad. Holy Pendant, very happy to be able to avoid the curse. Medal of Honor, it's not really necessary, kind of putting a hat on a hat. We've got tons of it. And then the White Pearl, +1 knowledge, +1 spell power. Defender's Helm, +1 defense. Nice. This is a big pickup. We do need to get some of these other artifacts off of us. Because we've got the advanced leadership, we don't need this much morale. That's just a little too much, but I'm okay with it. And the Gambler's Lucky Coin is still being useful for us at the moment. Okay, perfect. Was there some other stuff? There was tons of stuff going on there. There were sounds everywhere, and I don't know what the sounds all do. Okay, it was a subscription, and then it was just indicating that we reached a sub goal. Very cool. Very cool. I appreciate that. That's wonderful. You would think I would know what all the sounds do that are here to alert me and tell me what's going on. You'd think I would know, but I'm happy to find out as often as I can. Let's see. Hope to see you soon and maybe do a map together sometimes. Would be great. That would be fantastic. Picso, I would love to do that. That'd be fantastic. Oh, and thank you. You deserve all the good vibes as well to you as well. Sadly, I can't stay. It's 6:26 p.m. in France and got parenthood duties. Wonderful, wonderful. I'm thrilled that you're spending time where it matters the most, and so it's always a pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for stopping in, and I'm very much looking forward to catching you around in the next one. So thank you, sir. Thank you. Couple things. I would love this magic garden because we need gems. I want to avoid a tussle here. I'm worried that we might have lost just enough forces that the enemy thinks that they can beat us now. I want this free gold, I want the gems, and I want to get back. Can I do it all? What's the priority? Probably the gems and out. The gold's probably not that big of a deal. If I go back now, this is going to keep me safe for another turn. Yeah. So we're going to do it this way. It's maybe not my favorite thing, but it works out okay. And then I don't want to spend resources on a level 2 mage guild, but we need a damaging spell very, very badly. Very, very badly. It's not going to help us with, if it's lightning bolts or cold ray, it's not going to help us with phoenixes. It's not going to help us with dragons, but it's still pretty important. So even though it might take us out of our way, I'm still going to make that happen. Instantly, Sabu upgrades Sorpagal into a castle. Very nice. I think that we're going to go back. We're going to come back and take this in a moment or two, hopefully after we get some more forces, but I think we're just going to wait. We're not going to purchase any additional giants. I'm going to hope he doesn't attack me. I can hope we can get back, And if we don't get back for some reason, I will pay to get us out of this. We got the diplomacy, so we should be able to retire from the battlefield, surrender as it were, without too many issues. Okay, so yeah, this is a loss. That's fine. It was worth it to go and maybe get lucky getting 5 gems from the little magic garden. It didn't happen, but it's okay. It's okay. So yeah, this is clearly more than we want to deal with. 4 bone dragons. That's a lot. Side with the barbarian. 5 attack, 3 defense. He's even got 4 spell power. Look at this guy. He's an animal. 4 spell power. Goodness. 0 attack, 2 defense. There's no question how this fight's going to go. Even if we did have 90 spell points, we wouldn't have anything really to spend it on. Let me just check to see what the surrender cost is right now. Less than 6,000 gold, and then we're not going to have to lose any troops from the liches. Is it worth it to use my Magi to take a shot at somebody first before we surrender? Will 5 Magi kill somebody? I'm guessing that the liches are going to attack Magi anyway. We're just going to surrender. I could take the damage from the lich and then hope I can kill 1 creature with the mages. It doesn't seem necessary. We're just going to quit the battlefield. And it feels bad to give green that kind of money, but I'd rather stay alive than worry too much more about this. Let's go and rehire our hero, level 10 wizard with 10 artifacts. Before I do anything else though, let me make sure that we get our artifacts correct. We're going to take off the medals. They're just not necessary. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure that even if you have blood morale, or rather like +4 morale, blood morale takes +3 morale. If you have +4 morale, I think that the calculation for Bone Dragon's -1 morale ability, I believe that that is going to make it so that your enemies can never have blood morale. Even if they have +4, +5, +6 good morale because of artifacts and leadership, I think that that's still going to limit them to no greater than good morale or great morale. So I'm not going to worry about keeping an additional Medal of Valor here to give me +4. I just don't think it works like that. And I don't see myself running into any other issues anytime soon. This is such a good artifact, even though it's just, it's such a good artifact. I might end up trading castles later. No, I'm never going to trade castles. We've made the effort to get up to our cloud castle. We're never going to trade castles. And so Mandigal has to stay alive, therefore he's going to have to keep the gold for himself for now. I might as well keep the half damage from fire spells, Serenity Pendant. Sure, why not? Why not? Okay, and we're going to call this a day. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 artifact slots open, and then with the potential to get more later, we're going to be okay with that. We got about 5,000 gold at the moment. I almost want to upgrade the foundry. I made a mistake earlier and I didn't mention it, but I purchased the iron golems. I just went into my well and I hit buy all, and I purchased the troops I don't usually purchase until I'm ready to turn them into steel golems. It's going to be pretty expensive to get them upgraded. I was wondering if there's a Freeman's Foundry somewhere on the map. Haven't seen anything yet, but that doesn't mean that it's not there. It's probably going to be a little bit too far out of our way. They're not going to be into our army just yet anyway. The giants are never going to get upgraded. Do we just want to sit back and try and get up to the appropriate amount of gems? I don't think we have enough gold, even if we do. We talked about getting a Mage Guild level 2. I think that that's a no-brainer. I think we got to hope for a nice damaging spell here. Lightning Bolt and Cold Ray, plus the Blind. This, 2 damaging spells here is a little bit of overkill, but I like the flexibility, and I love that we also have maybe the best non-damaging secondary skill in the game, or a secondary spell. Yeah, Blind is so good as a disabling opportunity. Let's hope nobody has the Ever-Seeing Pendant, because then I'd be really sad about that. And so then with that information, what purchases do we want to make? Save the Giants. Those are going to turn into Titans as soon as possible. Halflings are just very cost-effective. Rocks are the next ones. We're going to send all these troops down, and then it's going to be Mandigal that is going to follow us in just a moment. I don't want the enemies to get anywhere close to us. What's wrong with you? Oh, that's what's wrong with you. Oh, by the way, speaking of French streamers, Zens let me know that if I'm trying to go to another hero, I can hold left shift, mouse over them, and then the little icon changes, as you can see from the swap, into this little helmet, and then when I left click, it'll just automatically swap to that hero. That's a new thing that I'd like to use more of. Anytime I see an opportunity to use a new hotkey or something that makes the game faster and more effective, I prefer to use those. So I'm trying to do my best to be even better with that. We shall see how it goes. Green did just defeat red. Green defeated red's dragons. Now is the time for us to swoop in and do tons and tons of damage. This is awesome. Ah! Now I found the video. It was Lost Continent. Oh, it was Lost Continent. I'm so sorry for leading you astray, Christina. The very start of the map looks very similar, with castle in the left upper corner and the sawmill, but the liths are missing. Lost Continent. I gotta tell you, I've played enough Heroes recently that I don't even remember which one Lost Continent is. I can't picture the map, but I will have to look into that. Okay, I gotta look into it right now. I'm sorry. I have to. Lost Continent. Heroes 2. Oh, yeah, I love that one, actually. Yeah, that was the grudge match because I lost to the AI, and so I had to refight that whole scenario. Yeah, I remember that now. Yeah, because I lost, and so I was like, well, I got to come back another day. And it was, yeah, I was able to come back and fix my mistakes and do better. Huh. Yeah, you reminded me of a happy thing there. The lists were missing. We started off as the knights, and we had to start over because of Wilfrey. Yeah, because I chose Wilfrey instead of a might-based hero. I needed to choose a might-based hero, and I didn't. I chose Wilfrey as a spellcaster. You're completely right. You know what? And I hope that there's not so many similarities to that scenario, because we didn't really have the opportunity to hire a might-based hero early on, and at this point it feels like it's too late. But the concept is still the same here in this spell fight. It's a spell fight, but if you can have your titans backed up by attack skill and defense skill, you're going to do much better than if you were just trying to cast lightning bolt against a dragon, right? That doesn't work. Phoenixes doesn't work. In fact, me and the Necromancers are the two factions that are most susceptible to taking tons of spell point damage. So it's not even a little thing, it's a big thing. And I hope that there's no major issues. We'll find out. I might have messed up. I know I'm charging recklessly back in here. 17 out of 90 spell points. That's 2 lightning bolts and then 1 haste or 1 stone skin. Blinds aren't really going to be helpful. I think that the damage from the spells, though, is going to be enough in case that we really have to fight this fight. I think so. But there's no surrender at this point. We don't have the gold for it. I was hoping to pick up the magic well. I just realized that we might have put ourselves a little bit too close. We still might surprise the enemy. I still think we're going to win, especially because green just fought red, and they both kind of took each other down a peg. But I feel much better knowing that green ran away so that we could grab full spell points. Now I feel like I'm the biggest, baddest guy here. Now I feel pretty good. The well was somewhere near. Yes, yes. Roman, you're totally right. Here, this magic well, that's where we're at. So, yep, I'm definitely for it. I think that libraries, maybe future purchase. From here on out, it's all about Titans. And I'm hoping that this castle that they've completed here for me in Sorpagal, I hope that it's actually pretty well upgraded at this point. Mandagal better head back. And the turns are going to pick up a little bit because until I see some reason for me to make major changes, I think we just need to kind of sit and wait, get our economic advantage, and go from there. They did not upgrade this, but that's 250 gold up to 1,000 gold per day. Let's be real, Giants and Titans are not cheap. So this is a good pickup for us. Let's head down, pick up our +1 and our plus 1,000 here. Do I hire another hero just for exploration purposes? I think I actually do. Sounds a little bit weird. I know we're talking about saving resources, but I think right now it makes sense. And it even makes sense to hire the pen just so I can get the 1 single boar. Whoops. And we'll make it Ruby. And so Ruby's going to have a boar. I want her to explore kind of into this area. Just to make sure that nothing bad happens. Oh, my gem mine. I forgot that we missed that. Let's go grab that immediately. Oh my goodness. Oof. Oof. And folks, it is month 2, week 1, day 1. Astrologers proclaim this to be the month of the ogre. After regular growth, the population of ogres is doubled. Very good. We were having a nice conversation about Olden Era earlier. There's one more bit of topic with Olden Era. I saw this morning on Reddit, and maybe you all can jump on it as well. where the developers are accepting requests for people to play their new mode, which is Arena. My understanding is this. The Olden era is going to have your standard campaign. It's going to have single player, and it's also going to have Arena mode. And the Arena mode is going to be something like in like the Total War games, where you don't actually have to build up all your forces and go fight. You simply get ready to go, and you have a limited amount of resources. You make the best decisions you can, and then you send your armies out to do battle. It's going to be like that, and they're asking for participants to help with that early game feedback and process. I've signed up. I saw it was posted earlier today on Reddit on the Heroes of Might and Magic Discord, or not the Discord, just on the Reddit page. I don't have that link myself, but go check that out if you're interested in doing that. That happened. It was posted to me about 10 o'clock this morning, so about an hour and a half ago. If you're interested in doing that, go check it out. Go take a look. Hoping for 5 gems here, by the way. I don't know about here. I don't know about this castle. I think I need to do a little bit... I don't know. I'm playing a little bit timid almost. A little bit timid. When this might be as strong as I ever get to be. Probably a mistake. Oh, look at this. So because of the swamp, I don't think people really want to be in here, but this is leaving us open to some possibilities. Feels okay. I don't want to spend a lot of resources to upgrade this town, but I want to spend a couple. Is it worth the gold and the wood? We're still pretty far away from gems unless we get here. We're going to wait 1 day on these rocks. There's no rush. There's no rush. Who was that? There was a hero. Was it down here? I just saw it out of the corner of my eye. I looked away at the last possible moment. I think that there was an enemy hero just in the fog there. Plus 5 gems. Excellent. It hit. That feels wonderful. Do we get 2 more here? 2 mercury. Not too bad. Pack of ogres unfortunately makes it so our scouting efforts are a little bit strangled. 1,500 gold. Good, good. 5 crystal. Okay, not bad. And we can't get this obelisk. These dwarves are a little bit too wide. They're covering a big amount of space here. But soon, very, very soon, we'll come back. Group of halflings. Seems wonderful and lovely. And these crusaders. There was crusaders there, and now there's crusaders here. I don't really want to fight them. Who is this hero, though? I want to do some scouting. Sabu. This is Sabu. His forces are going to be mixed. But the bone dragons are still pretty tough. I feel like the green player came from this position, though. I think green players from the upper right. They're probably very, very much separated from their reinforcements. Maybe I just wait for my own reinforcements. And then I attack. Maybe. I do want a different hero to come in here and scout for me. It's going to be Vesper. Phixfox, you said that we were saving gold because nothing matters but titans. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I don't mean to lie to you, but sometimes I do change my mind partway through, and this is one of those times. 2,500 gold so I can get some risk-free scouting. That's just necessary to me. If Sabu wants to come out and defeat Vesper, he can, but he's not going to be able to get there and back to his castle, and then I'll consider fighting him outside of his castle. If that happens, great. If it doesn't, okay, so be it. But we're literally going to stay right here, so that way if he tries to go there and back, he's going to have a real bad time. So, no other purchases at the moment. Does he turn around and fight us? Aha, there might be the reinforcements we were talking about. Yes, Sir Gallant. Few power liches, bone dragons, vampire lords. Okay. And then who's this? Jacqueline. Well, I'm just going to turn around and fight you just because you're wandering too close to me. But this is the red player. The scouting is very, very useful here, by the way. Observation tower, you got to get that. Oh, I hope we can reach that. That would be tremendous. We're going to pick up our free experience here, because sure, why not? Enemy has fled. Let's see if we can keep that from happening. I don't think so. We'll try anyway. We do have so much good morale, it's possible. All I see is barbarians in a night. I'm scared. Yeah. Christina, you brought up the exact correct scenario to remind us to be scared. No, it's not good. It's if there's barbarians, like, isn't this interesting that the AI is potentially playing better than I am here by opting into those might-based heroes. Like, they're doing a better job of that than me. I don't even recall thinking about it at the time. I don't, but it's there. It's the situation we currently have. Gold mine, crystal. It would have been ideal. It would have been absolutely ideal to have a different hero. Make that happen. Barbarians or knights in this scenario. Okay. We are almost to the gems necessary. We're going to get the Cloud Castle upgraded in just a moment. Green goes back in their hidey hole. Red is coming out. I think that if red hadn't have come out, that Sabu would have actually attacked my hero here. Because he didn't, we get so much good information. Ogres are guarding these obelisks. Wow, these obelisks are hard to pick up, aren't they? I don't know if Troyan's going to want to fight me. She probably will. Let's just go steal some gems. Even 1 or 2 extra days of gems is going to be fine. And we've confirmed that it is red in the bottom right. It is sorceresses for blue in the bottom left. And we know for sure it's green in the upper right. So good things have happened here. We've learned lots of new things. I kind of hope that red fights here. It looks like red has not gotten up to dragons yet. Red has not gotten up to dragons yet. I feel like that means that I must wage war against green. If red has dragons, then I need to take them out now. But sorceresses and necromancers might be just better. Like, more formidable foes. I think that that's true, though. I think that they're the more formidable foes because, remember, phoenixes cannot be damaged by cold rays and lightning bolts. It's just not possible. We're trying to stay away from this blue hero. And so because they can't be destroyed by them, like with my spells, then that instantly makes them a tougher choice, a tougher loss condition. And so if these guys get up to dragons, okay, so be it. But I think I need to focus on the sorceresses first and then green, because bone dragons can get lightning bolted down. Phoenixes cannot. Sandro's back. He's level 11. That's a good hero. It's a good hero. I just don't think... What spells does he have? Nothing. Nothing? 6 spell power, 6 knowledge, and you can cast haste? Maybe I should pick him up just so an enemy can't pick him up? Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Just so an enemy can't pick him up, and that way... So Mandigal is gonna be kind of like leg 2 of this journey. And then Sandra is gonna be leg 1. It's gonna cost us some gold, sure, but... This should be pretty reasonable in helping. And then tomorrow, we're going to pick up Titans, and then we're going to use those Titans to go into blue, fight our fights, and then hope for the best from there. It's been really fun knowing you, Vesper, but you did your job. You did it well. I have no regrets about what happened, but it's time to call it a day. Rest, my friend. Rest. Kalindra, I don't really want to lose her for free. I think she can get to here and then get back out before she gets accosted by Gem. Carlon is now the hero. Pack of phoenixes. It's a pack of phoenixes. That's so many phoenixes. It's month 2, week 1, day 6. There's so many phoenixes. I'm so scared because phoenixes are the worst for me. So how far can we get? We can get to right about there. Tell you what, let's just plan on this big hero chain here because we're about to get Titans. We're about to get a bunch of Titans. We're not going to pick up a mage guild or anything like that. We're still going to be lacking on gems a little bit. We're going to have to trade here in the marketplace. Maybe I actually do that now. I don't think I'm about to lose this town, but maybe I just trade for the gems necessary now just in case something crazy happens, something unexpected. Like trading, I don't know, all this sulfur. Jeez. But sulfur did not go as far as I thought it would. Let's do it like this. So 10 crystal left. Oof. Oof. Okay. Yeah, and then even when I lose this gem mine, we'll still have enough gems for the next day. Tobal is in the chat. Hello, Tobal. Nice to have you here. Sandro is maybe level 11, but his skills are not that good. I totally agree. Yeah, I totally agree. Really, I just want to kind of keep him away from other people. And he's going to be the best defender of Vertigo out of all my other heroes. I'm spending gold like there's no tomorrow. It's 7,500 gold that's not being spent on Titans. That's a problem. It's a problem. What else can I say? It's a problem. You know what else is a problem? Zombies. 2-speed creatures, they're just not good. Just not good at all. So they're going to stay put. and we're going to go on to a new day. I'm going to lose at least 2 heroes here, I believe. There's one, but this is going to give me a chance to look at Carlon. 13. Oh my gosh. What I really need to do, though, and I mean this with all my heart, what I need to do is I need to right-click on Carlon so I can see what her stats are. Although, there is another possibility. There is a Oracle not too far away. Tell you what, let's go get the Oracle, and then that'll help us make some good decisions. Yeah, let's do that, because it's right there. It's right there. Do I want to... I can't purchase all these Titans anyway. I think I just need to get who I can out. We're getting 3,000 gold per day. I can send 2 Titans today. Here. And here. I can send 2 Titans today. And then I won't feel bad about coming back for the Oracle in just a moment. But if Carlon has any amount of attack skill and defense skill, like, we're in trouble. We're really in trouble. I don't know what we're going to be up against, but I do fear for my safety. It'd be nice if I could pretend like I was the danger here, but I don't think I am. I think that everybody else is just more dangerous than me. I think that saving Halflings is actually the play here. They can be a big power stack later. For now, let's keep them around. Sounds crazy. These 3 giants are never going to get upgraded, but they might be useful in helping these Titans stay alive as we try and do something here. But we can't kill Phoenixes with 2 Titans. It can't be done. It can't be done. Does that mean it's better to go for red just so that way we get additional gold? Because we're going to have gems. We're going to have gems. Gems are going to be fine. We can trade for gems. An extra 2,000 gold from the castles, that could be pretty useful. That could be really useful. Let's stay away from blue. Blue, the sorceresses they're a problem. Let's stay away. Let's have Kalindra, Scurry. I think Sorpagal is probably going to go down in just a second. And we're going to see what Sabu does. Let's clear out whatever we can. Maybe steal these castles in just a moment. And let's hope that blue remains pacified in their little area of the world. Let's hope that they don't go north when they breach containment. This scenario is heating up. There's some good stuff going on. Oh, great. And the sorceresses needed 1 more advantage, +5 to the unicorn growth. Ha. Oh. That feels great. Just great. Feels good. Let's go pick up this Oracle. And for all the strengths and weaknesses of our opponents, we're going to see the following. Gold in the treasury, wood and ore, 3 attack, 2 defense. Blue is pretty okay in that regard. That feels pretty bad. Yeah, red has no dragons insofar as we can see. 6 power, 7 knowledge. Carlon's a good hero. We do need to stay away. Total army strength, yeah, no kidding. They're number 1. And it actually says that green is number 2. We've got Titans that are not yet purchased, but until they get purchased, we're going to stay down here in the 3rd position. I'll tell you what, let's go defeat red. Let's let our enemies do whatever they want to do in the middle here. Let's stay alive. I do want Kalindra actually to follow, because there's no sense in sending her back home at the moment. We got enough kind of courier heroes doing that. So let's pick up gold. Let's rush down Sabu and take Burlock. Kalindra's going to follow up. And let's push on into red's territory. And stay away from blue. Deal? Deal. Where does Carlon get the stats so fast? I don't know. That's a great question. I'm guessing that there's got to be some amount of artifacts. Remember that when we defeated 1 enemy hero, we picked up like 6 artifacts in one go. This might just be a very artifact-heavy sort of map. And, you know, you can't really plan on that. Sometimes it is, sometimes it's not. I'm guessing that she's just got to have some good artifacts there because, of course, sorceresses pick up primarily knowledge and then spell power, and then a little bit of attack and defense down the road, but I don't think that she's she might be level 10 or better. The stats kind of even out in their distribution after you get to that level. Okay, enough talking, folks. We know we want this fight. This is going to be experience. This is going to be artifacts. We got the lightning bolt for 225 points of damage. We got 90 spell points. Sabu's about to get fried. I don't love this fight, but we have to fight this fight, and then we'll go deal with red in just a minute. Let's do it. Christina does say that that must be it. That's my hope. If that's not it, then I don't know what's happening. Okay, this fight's going to be tough. 5 attack, 4 defense, so we definitely lose on the might side of things. I'm hoping that these Titans can stay alive as long as possible. I don't see any reason why I ought not to do anything but just lightning bolt these people to death. We don't have archery, so we're going to do half damage over the wall. Can't be helped. I worry about the damage from the vampires, but they should have to fly out and come and attack us, and they'll get to go... They're probably going to attack Titans after or before the Giants get their turns. So Giants are going to clean up Vampire Lords. Let's do a lightning bolt here on the Liches. We can't do full damage anywhere. Let's start on these Vampire Lords. And Sabu, again, shouldn't have any spells. I don't think I even want to kind of cross this area here. And the AI is doing me a favor by attacking Giants. I don't get it, but I'm for it. We're going to wait on the Hydras. They're very slow. Do full damage where we can. Oh, no. And that was unexpected. I did not anticipate that the Titans would be left alone. Okay, so Giants need to go to the middle so that they can respond to the north or to the south. I guess that 9 mages are better than I thought that they were. Better than 2 Titans. I suppose that the raw damage is pretty good. Okay, and then the rocks, they just need to fight griffins for me. Because fighting Vampire Lords at this point doesn't feel very useful. They're just gonna replenish their life force after they do that. Let's kill 2 to 3 of these Vampire Lords here. Let's kill this last one with our boars. Mages are still gonna be in a tough spot, but with 400 points of damage from the lightning bolts, this fight goes from a loss into a pretty resounding victory. I just don't want to lose more troops than I have to. We're going to skip on the mages. I don't want to take the retaliation from the griffins here, even though I can kill 2 to 3. We're just going to suck it up, lose 2 there, and then giants are going to do their best to go down there. Oh, and good, we actually did lose a giant. I mean, I don't want to lose a giant, but this is what they are for. The giants are meant to be good for the early game fights, and then they're never going to get upgraded into titans. So they're doing their job. They're definitely doing their job. Let's start working on these hydras. A couple go down there. Let's still focus on them. We're going to do the most damage here just because of the way attack skill works and defense skill. I don't really care where the royal mummies go. Let's do like this. And then the giants should be able to step up. Oh, I thought that the giants would step up. It looks like the hydras are going to be obligated to attack these boars in just a second. Now the mages are going to get some damage off, not once, but twice. And then we don't kill all of these. Well, we might kill all these mummies. I guess. Do you want to take double the damage? Or do you want to wait? I'm just going to opt to wait. Doesn't matter. I'm about to take damage from the ballistas anyway. Maybe not. Maybe the ballistas are going to attack somebody else. We'll see. We'll see. I don't want to kill, again, I don't want to kill the mummies. We're just going to wait. And let's see. Maybe we get out of this fight actually before we lose another giant. They're excellent as castle defenders, if nothing else. I mean, 150 hit points per giant. If we can save one, we ought to. We were able to save one. We're going to call that good. 2,600 experience. Give me some artifacts, baby. Witch's Brooch of Magic. Huh, I like spells that hit even harder. That feels pretty good to me. Pathfinding is up. Lovely. Lovely. This castle is, I mean, you're up to a swamp. That's pretty good. It's pretty good. Are there any other heroes that have nice stuff? No. But yeah, this castle is actually a good defensive fortress. Plus, it's got the dungeon, so it's actually 1,500 gold instead of just the 1,000. I really like this decision. We noted that we're struggling to get titans because of gold. Yeah, let's go defeat Red so we can defeat other people later. That sounds like a good decision. Let's do that. And let's hope that we can hold on to Vertigo, because if Phoenixes are brought to bear, we simply must admit our defeat there. Myra does not really need to step in here. Is there a Mage Guild though? Might as well pick up the Cure. Cure is always good. And since we got so many spell points, let's do View Mines. Let's see. Is this telling me anything I don't already know? This might be the issue for Red, is that they've only got the 1 Sulfur Mine. I could see that being a problem. Blue didn't necessarily pick up this Alchemist Lab quickly, but they're still fielding a big army of Phoenixes. And green. Green is not required to spend any resources, any precious resources, mind you, for their Bone Dragons. So I guess that doesn't really tell me an awful lot. but I appreciate it all the same. These ogres are doing their darndest. They were defending this obelisk, they're defending this obelisk. My goodness, there's no free obelisks here. No such thing as a free lunch. There is a magic well along the way. We're gonna head on out. I am gonna leave Kalindra just like right on top of Myra. I want her to just be ready in case, say that Wrathmont wanders too close. I think that I can use Kalindra to take all the artifacts, all the good stuff, and then just defeat Wrathmont really quickly. Although she doesn't have any spells. Yeah, that's a problem, I suppose. We'll see. Okay, but on to a new day. No purchases. We're trying to save gold for Titans. Thankfully, Carlon goes and messes with the dwarves. Yeah, I was worried that you would do that because I don't want to go out of my way for you, but I will. If I defeat this enemy, then all of this treasure is open to me. So let's just do that really quickly. Don't love it, but we'll do it. And so Kalindra might as well head this direction. I actually wonder if the graveyard's been taken or not. I don't know. What? You're a good spellcaster, sure, but I'm better. 7 spell power, 6 knowledge. Wrathmont is ready to go. But with my 12 spell power and 10 knowledge, I mean, I should just be better. 300 points of damage? Unless he's got like a 5th level spell, maybe? Okay, what's gonna hurt me first? Gargoyles I don't really care about. That's a waste of damage, I think. I think I just... How many centaurs do I kill here? Not that many. I can kill on the retaliation for the gargoyles, whether they go north or south. I'm going to start working on these hydras. There's just gonna be so much... Oh, I see. You have the lightning helm. What a very interesting wrinkle. So, as you see, we did not do 300 points of damage, we did 150. From here on out, we're just going to use the cold rays instead, because it's going to be 1 less spell point, but it's going to be an extra 100 points of damage. Yeah, so we usually do 300 points of damage with the lightning bolt, but of course we only did 150 there. Damage is halved. Okay, I see your tricks, Wrathmont. I feel your energy, and I reject it wholly. If you didn't like a taste of that, let's go in the other direction. I'm glad that I knew that now before something bad happened later. Okay, but I am gonna, I guess, kill this whole stack of centaurs. Feels good. Ooh, how much damage are you doing? 140 points of damage? We're gonna take worse losses than I was hoping for, but we'll survive. 140 points of damage. You're not gonna kill a full Titan every time, so it'll be okay. Ooh. Well, good morale always feels nice. 2 Minotaur Kings goes down. Oh no, Griffins. Oh no, I don't care. But yeah, very interesting wrinkle. So let's use the cold ray. Next stack of creatures to kill. Let's see, 5. I think that the Minotaur Kings are in hand. I don't want to say well in hand, but they're being... Dear Wrathmont, I hate your stinking guts. You make me sick. You are the scum between my toes. How could you possibly do that? Not just once, but maybe twice. Elemental Storm did 1,000 points of damage. Golly, that was a bunch. So, well, I talked about losing the Giants a minute ago. I think that that's definitely happening soon. Can I kill? Oh, jeez. 39 spell points left. We just gotta get out of this fight. Oh, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna do this. We're gonna do the blind combo. Yeah, we're just gonna blind and kill you to death because I don't want to eat another elemental storm. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do it like this. We're gonna attack. We're gonna... Do we attack? Yeah, we attack, and then the rocks go. How much damage do we take on the Titans? I don't care. We're not gonna lose a Titan. And maybe we get good morale. We don't there. And then when it's the rock's turn, we blind. You lose your turn. You don't get to cast a spell. And then I'm gonna take a look and see how much damage I can do here. So I kill with the good luck. You're down to 3 Hydras. Lightning Bolt's not gonna do it. Cold Ray's gonna kill 3 Hydras. You are kidding me. Do you also have the cloak that prevents full damage from cold spell? What? This guy's a tank. He's a magical tank. He is resistant to everything. I'm laughing more than anything. He's not going to get another spell off because the Hydras are so slow, but still, that was a wrinkle I did not expect. A glorious victory. It cost us 1 giant, all the boars, all the rocks, all the mages, but we should get some artifacts. I'm expecting Lightning Helm and the blue cloak. Endless sack of gold, plus 1,000 gold per day. Great. Evil Eye. Oh no. Oh no. There's the ice cloak. Lightning Helm. Did we run out of spots? We might have run out of spots. Leadership is great. Archery is required for Titans, and we did run out of spots. Darn. But at least we haven't been cursed yet, which feels fine. It's time for Kalindra to help me out here. I do want this. I do want to get the magic well. We will see. There's a sulfur mine here. Let's purchase one more hero. Phixfox, can you stop purchasing heroes? Nope. Nope. Can't do it. Cannot do it. We're never going to cast Curse. We don't need this artifact. We've seen how effective the Ice Cloak and the Fire Cloak together have been. I think I might have some recency bias, but we're going to keep these 3 defensive spell artifacts. So crazy that they were on the map like that. I wonder if they are placed on this map or if those were random artifacts that were just randomly rolled. I don't know the answer. That's pretty interesting to me. And then Serenity Pendant. Look, if somebody's got Berserk, I'm gonna regret this decision later. Until I know that, though. Until I know that, the luck is not worth it nearly so much. Gotta keep the sack of gold for now. 4 artifact slots remain. How many more artifacts can I get? In this bottom right quadrant, probably not many. Let's just be totally immune to magic, only have 3 slots open, and hope for the best. We'll see. We'll see. You have the full set, Tobal says. Resistance against all of the elements. That's quite nice. Yeah, so cold rays, lightning bolts. I don't know how elemental storm works and if there's any issue with ice cloak and fire cloak protecting me from that, but yeah, all of the elements, like it's really pretty nice. So yeah. And there was a missing piece of the puzzle. I didn't have a fire spell to test out his fire cloak abilities, but oh well. Okay, once again, hoping the blue stays over here, doesn't come over to me. That's all we gotta hope for. That's all we gotta hope for. Dropping off the halflings, coming on back. Since it's gonna be Mandigal, that's the second leg of the journey. Sandro's here, waiting. And then Crag Hack has now taken these artifacts. It's his job to go pick up the sulfur and then do some exploring. Even if he gives up these artifacts, yeah, even if he gives up those artifacts. A little bit of activity in the middle from blue there. Red almost got to Kalindra. You're such a nobody. Red is just being annoying right now. They're not really competing with me for a win. They're just being annoying. Which is totally their right, by the way. I saw something the other day, and I want everybody here to tell me how they feel about it. But as I'm looking and I'm seeing total army strength and income being positively correlated. Wow, we are tied for income? How often do you see that? That seems very uncommon. Third, though, still not good. But I saw the other day, speaking of red being able to, it's their right to waste my time. I saw something on the chess.com page where they were talking about people that sandbag games, or sandbag's the wrong word. They waste time. Like, if you load up for a 10-minute rapid game of chess, you have 10 minutes on the clock for you, your opponent has 10 minutes on the clock, and some people play those scenarios, and they don't need all 10 minutes. They can basically win the game or lose the game in the first minute and a half, really. And somebody was complaining about people getting to a point where they've, like, lost, not like lost, but they're, like, not doing excellent, they're losing, and then not playing the game any further, like just kind of waiting until the time runs out rather than moving or resigning. And I'm thinking to myself, like, sure, I know that that's annoying for the person that wants to spend time playing a new game of chess, but isn't that your right? It's like, dude, it's my 10 minutes. I'm going to spend it the way I want to. Again, I understand the frustration. I truly do, but it's kind of my, hey man, it's my 10 minutes. I'm going to use it the way I want. Okay. I've got a plan cooking here. I think that Kalindra is going to be able to sit here in Burlock and maybe not keep the castle, but she's going to hold on to it long enough. It's important for me to just take out this major bastion of power. This is the secondary castle up there. It's not too bad, but I'm going to have Kalindra run on back and stay put. Going to pick up the crypt so we get some additional forces, and it's not going to be pretty. We're going to lose, but we're going to take some enemies down with us, and that never feels bad. I'm going to do it like this so that way a 1-stack can go out and maybe stop a ranged creature from doing some damage. I don't want to pick up a mage guild, even if I could, even if I didn't just make a purchase. And remember, we've got left turret, right turret moat. This is a calculated loss, but it is going to be a loss for sure. Crag Hack is doing some exploring. Obelisk. Just because it's within one's rules, no one appreciates annoying players. I completely agree with you. I completely agree with you. Like, it's at the worst, it's bad form. But here's my question: is it worth banning somebody over? That's more or less my question, because it seems like these people are getting banned from chess.com when they don't do it. Horrible form, don't do it. I don't do it. But isn't it my right? Am I just playing the game within the parameters that's set up for me? I don't know. Phixfox wife says, hello, Fix. Hello, Phixfox wife. How are you doing? Nice to see you there, my dear. I don't know. I don't want you to take this as if I am defending the people, providing a counterpoint, as it were, to that argument. How about that? We're going to stay here, still hoping that blue stays away. There's some games, though, okay. For example, Heroes of Might and Magic, you can actually do it if you're playing in a big game where you have your one hero who's left alive, everybody else is dead, and you have 7 days to take a castle or a town. You can play a game of whack-a-mole for another hour and waste somebody's time if you really want to. Again, it's within the parameters of the game. The right thing to do is to surrender, but I don't know. I've seen people not do that. Glorious victory here. I'm going to try and get out of this fight without losing the rocks. We're going to see how well that goes. StarCraft 2 can be bad for that when Terrans fly all their buildings in the corner just so you have to create flying units to destroy all buildings when they have clearly lost. So here's a question. Is there a way that we can make a game mechanic that would prevent somebody from doing that, right? That's kind of my question, because if there's a way we can, in the rules of the game, prevent that from happening, like, I'm totally for that. It just seems weird to ban people for taking time that they already had, right? Like, can you ban somebody in StarCraft for being just a jerk and doing that? I guess you could. It just seems odd to me. It seems very odd to me. We're gonna take 1 round of damage here. Why are you like this? Why are you like this? Look at this. Look at the sorceress. She's got her hands raised up like, yeah, we did it. We stopped you from having a good time. That's hilarious. I love that reaction. Like, you just lost, but she says, I've won all the same. Anyway, but this is a good topic, and I appreciate the feedback here, because if I'm wrong, I'm happy to be wrong. Sometimes we have a tendency to make an assumption or say something, and then we'll defend it to the death when maybe we should just change our minds. I'm happy to having my mind changed on the chess idea here. I really am. So I appreciate the insight here. Rice says, could be considered a strategy to mentally tire out the opponent or rile them up and hope that they make a bad decision in haste out of annoyance. That's possible. There's a game that my folks really, really love to play, but it's a big game. It's a huge game. What's it called? There's a lion on the front. There's different races. It's like a spacefaring game. I gotta Google this real quick just so I know what it is, because it's a huge game. TI. Yeah, TI4, Twilight Imperium. It's a board game in case you haven't seen it. And there's times where that's a legit strategy, and if you don't use that strategy, you're in trouble. Like, you have to mentally wear down your opponents because you can get into stalemates otherwise. Seems kind of rough, especially when it takes an hour to set up the game in the first place, but I could see that. And then Tobal says, I mean, yeah, it is their right. I wouldn't say it's worth banning someone over it, but it's still bad manners. Definitely, yeah, 100% agree. Totally bad manners, totally bad manners. Rai says, I've thrown a couple Heroes games at the end when I think I'm steamrolling the enemy, so I act reckless. I have done that specifically when it came down to, there was a very memorable Beltway game for me. It wasn't on camera, but it was a memorable game where that happened, and it was Just the worst. Just the worst. And then Jay Nasty says, it is not bannable by any stretch, but it's frustrating. Totally, totally. And then, yes, Fix Wife, welcome to the chat. Nice to have you there, my dear. And you are watching Dateline and you're doing some crafts. Wonderful, wonderful. It's nice to have you here. So, yeah. But yeah, I think that we all agree it's definitely bad manners. So, what to do with this? We don't have a... Oh boy, we don't have anti-magic. That would be lovely. We've got a couple of level 5 heroes that can Armageddon into an enemy, but we don't have any phoenixes to outmaneuver the sorceresses in that endeavor. The phoenixes are always going to get to go first. And so, even though, who is it? Sandro, for example, or I guess just Sandro now because we lost the other hero. If we have a secondary hero, just kind of do a... Is it insensitive to say the word kamikaze? If it's insensitive, I apologize. Just to do an attack like that, a bonsai attack, it can't really even work because the 7-speed phoenixes make you somewhat immune to that, unless there was some cavalries or rather some champions we could find. I don't see a way to counteract that. Maybe we need to go and steal a phoenix or two just so we can Armageddon the big pack down. Maybe that's a strategy that we can use in the future. I don't know. It's a good question. But I would like to be able to use these spells, this new Armageddon and Elemental Storm. We're going to try and use the set Fire Guardian a little bit, but I don't know quite how well we're going to be able to use this. Okay. And did you avoid us? Aerie gave up the fight. That's so sad. I feel so bad for him because he made the conscious decision to say, yeah, I could attack you. I don't think it's going to go very well, and so I won't. That feels bad. I'm trying to back off just a little bit just in case these enemies see me. I don't want them to come charging out for me. Kalindra's where she ought to be. Mandigal's where she ought to be. Everybody's where they need to be. I am going to purchase one more hero, though. It's going to be Sarkin. And he's going to use his boars to help me pick up some stuff. I don't know if you've noticed this, folks, but I have. What does this look like to you? Oh, Snow Way. That looks like some snow. What's that? Oh, Snow Way. That looks like some snow. I think that the ultimate artifact is at the very bottom end of this gazebo. I think that we are like right on top of this thing. It just spawned in like the perfect location. Mountain range, little tree thing, trees, mountains. One more time here. Yeah, it's definitely here. So I'm guessing right about here. Just my assumption. Right about here. There's an obelisk on the right side of the puzzle map. Oh, I didn't even notice that. Let me check that one more time. Right over... Oh, here? Oh, I don't think I've scouted that yet. Yeah, so I haven't even scouted that yet, but it's... I've now scouted it because it's right there. Yeah, so it's right about here. Tell you what, I know that we were talking about, well, people are where they need to be, doing what they need to be doing. Let's go dig. Yeah, let's go dig. I wonder if I should purchase another hero just to help me dig faster. One more digger. Let's make it Atlas. That's one less Titan than I get, but at this point, we've already seen that my commitment to getting Titans is fairly low. I feel bad, but it is what it is. Okay. Gazebo, don't really need that for a secondary hero. We just want these gems and this ore. Okay. And we're ready to go. On to a new day. Let's see what blue does. Oh, that's bad. Green is on the map. Okay. Okay, and we are going to end up fighting this fight a little bit. So the goal is not to go forth and do damage. The goal is to stay hidden behind our castle walls. We're doing 37, 40 something. We're doing a bunch of damage. The issue obviously here is that if the turrets keep attacking these guys, we're not going to get anywhere fast. I don't know who's the biggest threat here. I'm probably going to send one gargoyle out to do damage there. So let's do it like this. Well, Griffins with their retaliation. Who does more damage? 3 to 5, 2 to 3, 4 attack, 6 attack. I think you're best off cursing the Griffins. I think it's no question, actually. I think it's best to curse the Griffins. But then we're not actually going to attack. We're just going to stay put. Even those 2 orcs that just went down, not a problem. We're going to stay right here. We're going to skip, then skip. Wait for damage. Aha! And you only killed 1 gargoyle? Perfect. Perfect. And then... You didn't even focus on the hydras? Are you drunk? If you are, I'm not judging, but I'm just saying that that's less than ideal. Oh my goodness, I can't believe that that happened. It's crazy. If you're going to attack the... Look, if you're going to attack the hydras, keep attacking the hydras. If you're going to do something different, that's fine. Just make up your mind. That was a little strange, but okay, we'll take it. Okay, there goes a hydra finally. And the Minotaurs. Yeah, we're going to lose this fight, but the more we skip, the more damage gets done with our other forces. Do I go out and so these Centaurs can't do much else? Griffins are going to come out this way in just a moment anyway. I don't know, maybe the Centaurs aren't going to do enough damage. Never mind, they did 1 full stack's worth of damage. And 30 HP here, and just focus. Just focus your damage. That's all you gotta do. I guess I could have cast a stone skin a while ago. I never did. Do we have any artifacts here? No. We could surrender though. 60 gold? Sure. We shall depart in shame. And it's on day 7, unfortunately. I know that we're heading in that direction though, so it doesn't hurt my feelings too bad. We'll get there before day 1. But yeah, just a little sad. Okay, here's the digging crew. There's 1. There's... Hold on, let's just double check. Trees. Digging okay. Perfect. And then Sandra, let's just make sure we can dig there. Digging okay. Sarakin is picking up some nice things. Craghack is exploring. Uh-oh. Craghack is dead. Darlana, several bone dragons. Goodness. And then Mandigal. Mr. Man-Bear-Pig himself. He's gonna sit right there. You can't... I guess you could dig in that corner. Let's just dig in these 3 spots, and then we will readjust. But again, please, Carlon, for all that's good in this world. Tell you what, let's do this. How much of a sight radius do you think she has? If she goes to over here, do you think that she'll not go north? Do you think that she'll go to here and then see this castle? I know I mean, it's, you know, she's gonna die because of the 7-speed phoenixes, but I just can't abide Carlon going up in this direction. She's got to go to the middle. And I don't think I can count on that is kind of the issue. Okay, and so we are going to end up giving over our wizard castle. That's fine. We picked up a couple of other ones. Let's take a look at Darlana real quick. 5 of the bone dragons, looks like 15 maybe of these vampire lords. It's 10. 10 of the vampire lords. You can see at the top, it's also got the stats just in case they're being covered up by another creature. Week of the Rat. First try. First try. Ultimate shield, +6 attack, +6 defense. Do you think that that's going to help our Titans do better? I think that that's going to help out a lot. By the way, folks, in case you were unaware, I have added several different emotes. Now would be a good time to use any of these. We've got the Smite Them emote, which is kind of nifty. It's just the wizard doing a smitey smite. There is going to be this, which is a modified deal from one of the heroes' portraits. Of course, he's got the headband, and I added a beard onto him, so that is the new Phixfox deal. Just for when there's a Sphinx in the future, we got the nice little Sphinx chat. That's going to be helpful. What else do we have? We've got a genie that's looking very shocked. Shocked genie. There's a Let's Go Adventuring sort of Crusader, because Crusaders like to go adventuring. We've got We Are So Dead, which is going to be one of the ghosts. And we do have Treasure Chest for glittering prizes. And of course, one of my all-time favorites is the Feels Like a Win, which was a gift from our friend Winnie Maru. So just in case, if you are following, you have access to these different emotes. If you are subscribed, you have access to even more emotes. But that was just one of the little nice things I've been able to do recently, just to kind of get things a little bit more fun, a little more interesting. Speaking of fun and interesting, Vammy is here. Hello, Vammy. Nice to have you here. Vammy, you picked us up at the exact right spot. This here is our ultimate shield. I'm so very, very proud of it. Look at it. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. And we're going to do a strategy that is, I don't want to say it's the best strategy you ever saw, but it's going to be fine. We're going to take the ultimate shield. We're going to give it on over to Sandro. And as far as I'm aware, I can still... I think I can keep the ultimate shield if I lose to a neutral creature. I'm pretty sure. So we're going to put all of these onto Mandigal. Yeah, all these onto Mandigal? Sure, why not? No, Sandra's going to keep the one trunk of gold. And these. But we're gonna fast travel the ultimate shield to the other side of the map. So we're gonna fight. Oh no, we lose. Let's restart this and let's run. And then we're gonna go from there. Vami asks, was FHeroes2 updated? Yes, it absolutely was. Your eyes do not deceive you. So this new interface is really nice. You can just swap creatures back and forth. And you can swap artifacts back and forth at the click of a button. I'm sure that this is inspired from Horn of the Abyss, and it's a huge update as far as I'm concerned. I'm very happy for it. Could not have happened to a better game. So, yep. Good update. This is patch 1.1.6 that we're currently on. By the way, glorious victory, no losses. Red player's been vanquished. Good, good. Hey. Our ultimate shield is now fast traveled to our primary hero. Ta-da! Good stuff. I know that that might feel kind of gamey, and it might not be the best way of playing the game. It might not be the most, I don't want to say honest, but it's within the rules of the game that I'm playing here now. I don't feel too bad about it. So, it feels pretty good. Although, here's a question for you. Should I do the same thing with Myra? 2 Titans? I mean, how many Titans do I have at home? 11? Can I get the troops to her safely? Or would it be best for her to fast travel as well? It might be worth it for her to fast travel back the other direction. It really might be. Like, I just don't know the answer to that. It's a clever use of the rules to your advantage. Yeah, I really appreciated Winnie Maru's map 7 Deserts because, well, okay, I'm not going to spoil it for you if you've never played it, but that sort of strategy might come in handy later. I'm just saying. Just saying. But yeah, I kind of wonder if I should do the same thing with Myra, because 2 Titans, I can leave them here, and maybe I can sneak the hero out safely. It'll depend on what Carlon can do. We don't have to make a decision today just because we're out of movement points anyway, but I might want to safely get my best hero to my best troops. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, month 2, week 3, day 1, on to a new day. Oh no, my forces suffer a bitter defeat. We have already seen Carlon. We know what her stats are generally, but especially now that we see the stats with the Phoenixes. Phoenixes did 938 damage. I know that that was a 16 attack skill creature against like a 2 defense creature, but still, that's a lot of damage. It's a lot of damage. Okay, we're gonna skip. We're just gonna die. I should have hit end. Oh well. Oh well. Yeah, you know, I think that we might fast travel back away from blue. I think the blue is spotted us with Castor right here. We have a pack of Crusaders not too far away. Although I could let's see. You could surrender to the hero, keep the Titans. I think so. I think that yeah, because I do have the diplomacy, I can do that. 40% of the total cost, yeah. Yeah, I think that that's definitely the best decision. Well, let me think. So it's going to be 7-speed Hydra, or 7-speed Phoenixes. They're going to get the drop on us. Then we're going to get to go with the Titans. But it's, I mean, consider this, right? I need more 6-speed creatures. How about that? Let me take a couple of extra gargoyles. And the reason why is that this is just playing with fire a little bit. Because if the enemies, for example, use all the Phoenixes to kill 1 stack of Titans, and then they did Chain Lightning, Armageddon, like it's not safe. And if it happens and I just lose, then so be it. I recognize I'm playing with fire right now. There's probably a safer way of doing this. I know that there's a safer way. I'm gonna do it like this. I'm gonna hope that these gargoyles give me the additional flexibility I need to be able to survive this. It may cost me a Titan or 2, but we may be able to save a Titan or 2. We'll see. Phoenixes are for sure going to kill one Titan, but then at least one Titan will survive. They're no good to me over here. How about that? Okay. Okay. And so then Atlas, my hero who dug up the treasure, is now going to go die somewhere. That's so sad. He's like a hero. He did good stuff for me. But he's just not the guy. Oh, we all have our part to play. What did Shakespeare say? All the world's a stage, and every man has his part. They have their entrances and their exits. And in their time, one man may play many parts. I think that that's a good way to explain Heroes of Might and Magic to other people, because it's a story that develops at your own pace, and you get to kind of see it go, oh, you're kidding me, look at that, did you see that? So we go from 13 Phoenixes doing 900 points of damage to Halflings, down to only doing 263 damage to Titans, 23 defense against your 17 attack. Oh, we've won this scenario. For sure. For sure. You are so lucky I don't cast Armageddon here. Oh, because I could. I wish I could. I wish I would. By the way, Elemental Storm's not going to help. Let's do the Lightning Bolt. And let's take out 13 of your Druids just for being annoying. I will surrender for 5,000 gold, and I'll be happy to depart in shame. Okay, wonderful. But yeah, we're gonna defeat blue next, and then we will go to the upper right, and we're gonna defeat the other enemies. Green's looking pretty tough. Pretty tough. It's for this reason, by the way, using these tactics, that I really feel sad when people don't get to use every tactic available to them in some games. Like, some game modes don't really allow you to do stuff like this, and that does feel kind of bad. It kind of does. Marketplaces all around. I wish I'd traded yesterday when I still had a castle, but yeah, some game modes, like online, for example, only playing with one hero in competitive online play. I know it streamlines the game. I know it makes it go faster. It just makes me sad because you don't get to do fun stuff like that. A long marathon type of game, if you can find a friend and you guys can spend the time together to do that, it just is good. Just quality time. If you've never done that, I hope you get the chance very, very soon. We're gonna pick up 3 Titans. We're up to 9 Titans. We're out of gold. We're out of other resources. We are getting 6,000 gold per day, but we are gonna head to the very center of the map. Sandro is gonna show up again here, and he may be able to transfer one more Titan over tomorrow. Sandro, or rather Sarakin, is gonna hope that these enemy heroes don't catch us. Mandigal is running for his life. But I don't, as I mentioned earlier, other than Sandro, I don't really have any other heroes that are expert wisdom. Tell you what though, I could get Mandigal and Sarakin both against Darlana, 6-speed creature. If I attack, I get to end her with 2 elemental storms. Let's actually do that. She can't attack me first for that strategy to work, but we can make this work. We can make this work. No sense in fighting that fight, since that's 13 Phoenixes bearing down on us. Yeah, in this scenario, there were some times where it did not feel very good. Felt like we were in a bad spot. It feels like we're in a much better spot now. Truly. Truly it does. That, we're down to only 4,000 gold per day, nearly 5,000. We'll make it. I think that we're going to bring the rest of these troops, except for the slow iron golems. 2 speed's just too slow for me. I'm even going to bring these gargoyles, though. Gargoyles are going to be helpful because they're 6 speed, so they can be used as fodder. And there's a whole bunch of other stuff that they can do. So, send everybody over? Sure, why not? Even the giant? Yes, even the giant. Maybe especially the giant, because of how useful they can be. Okay. And folks, please defend this castle. Don't let the Armageddon get turned over to the wrong hands. Sarakin's gonna come on in as well. Yeah, there is a couple of gazebos. So Tobal 4H says, maybe get the gazebo with someone with advanced wisdom, maybe get lucky and get expert. Yeah, right now we've got access to the Elemental Storm because we've got the advanced. Tell you what, that's a great idea. Let's do that. Because if either of these gentlemen get up to expert, kind of like Kalindra did, Tobal, you were there for the Broken Alliance playthrough, right? Kalindra, as level 2, she picked up enough experience and she just made that happen. Yeah, if we can make that happen again, that'd be excellent. So that's a great suggestion. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, let's do that. Glorious victory. I'm fine with this loss, just because then I can split these. Whoops. Split the gargoyles. We lost the boars, but now we got the gargoyles that can do some damage. And the enemy has just seen titans, and they are terrified. Come at me, bro. Come at me, bro. It may not be the nicest thing to say to somebody, but I mean it with all my heart. Come at me, bro. Okay, green is in for a surprise. Even if we aren't able to get here and then get back, expert wisdom, now it's going to be Armageddon. We are still going to get the drop on Darlana. There's no way she can reach all the way from here to there. There's just no way, right? I say that and then I hope I'm wrong, or I hope I'm right. Pathfinding. Okay, so Sarakin's going to do the Elemental Storm, and it's going to be Mandigal that does the bigger one. Do I want to purchase troops here? I really don't. So we're going to wait there. Atlas is kind of a nobody. He's maybe drawing people in. Let's have him step one step out of the way so Myra can decide. Oh, she can barely not reach. But I want this fight. This is the fight that Phixfox wants. I think that if I put Atlas right here in this corner, that might waste somebody's movement points to go to here and then try and get out. That might save me a little bit of time. I can maybe get some of these other defenders. By the way, Sorpagal has no defenders, which is kind of nifty. That means that they're not upgrading this castle here in the center. Makes sense. I don't know why you'd want to. It can only hurt you, really. And then more Titans are coming. Just got to get up to them. How many? 3? Stay 5. There's almost 6. Okay, Atlas is going to abandon the cause. Very sad. In fact, we might have given over some artifacts there as well. But look, now we are definitely in range to be able to defeat our foes. So, this is funny and it's not fair and I don't care. Oh, what's this? My 6-speed boar gets to go first? That's a real darn shame. It only kills 1, 1, 1, and 12, but you know what? That makes me happy. That makes me really happy. Although, tell you what, Mandigal, he's going to have one cast of this Armageddon. Is there going to be another hero that can be hired? Yeah, there's a hero with advanced or basic wisdom. If I could guarantee that I could have a wizard with advanced wisdom in here, then I would definitely do this with Mandigal, but he might be better off as a defender. How much is the Armageddon? We didn't even pick up Armageddon. We need to pick it up now. We could reach if we wanted to. Still good. It costs 20 spell points, so we could defend the castle, get off a lightning bolt, and then get off an Armageddon if we wanted to. 3 spell power. Let's do that. We're gonna lose this castle, I think, in just a second, but let's make these purchases. It hurts my heart to spend all this gold, but we're gonna do it. And then let's make sure that we got the appropriate creatures in here. I think you want the boars over the centaurs just because you want the 6-speed creatures to maybe get the chance to go first in an additional round of combat. 2-speed hydras, though, they're going to be the slowest on the board, aren't they? So it's very highly unlikely. It'll be fine. We're going to defend and hope for the best. Here's where the things are. Why are the phoenixes not all combining into one fighting force? It seems a little strange to me. You'd think that they'd want to do things differently. Without any spells, folks, we're going to win this fight. With spells, we're going to obliterate our enemies. The only magical resistance that they're going to have is going to be these dwarves here. You do kill one titan, and you get the good morale. My goodness, that was a really nice start for you, but I don't think it's going to work in your favor for too much longer. 325 points of damage. Wait. Is that going to be the best use of my time? A bless would give me an extra 150 damage here to these phoenixes, so the lightning bolt's just better. This should kill all of the elves. It'll kill most of them. It's going to leave one alive. Do some damage. Wow, good morale. Hold on. 5 attack, 2 defense, 6 spell power, 7 knowledge. Great morale, good luck. So far, that is really working in their favor. We're going to sacrifice the one gargoyle to this little stack. Good morale, good morale, good morale. My word. If the unicorns get good morale here, okay. I kind of wish that they would have. That would have been awesome. I think that we've all seen that Phixfox actually is just fine with crazy things happening. That was crazy. Did you notice? There was 34 HP left on this Phoenix, and then the Giants could do between 32 and 54 points of damage. They did absolute minimum damage to that Phoenix. That was wild. Do we make up for it with the Halflings? We do. The Halflings did full damage, which is pretty nice. Believe it or not, these unicorns present a little bit of a problem. Are we going to lose another Titan is maybe the question. We do. Maybe I could have avoided that with a cure, but I think that the damage was still pretty useful, so I'm not worrying too much. I do want to take out single stacks of creatures. Dwarves, let's try and get some damage there. Blind goes down. And I would really like to be able to take out all these dwarves. 236 HP. I don't think I need to worry about how I fight the fight from here. I think it's gonna just sort itself out a little bit. Yeah, and the enemy has fled. 3 Titans. We did not get the enemy killed, but we took out the major fighting force left on the map. And we're gonna pick up the expert leadership. That feels just fine. We're gonna grab Gem on day 1, and then this other sorceress is gonna scatter to Burlock. So be it. And I'm guessing that that's Carlon as well. Okay. Ooh, we get one more day. One more day. How much damage is my Armageddon spell gonna do? 150 points? Do I have 150 points of creatures somewhere? If I had 3 Hydras, I could do it. We're just gonna wait. We're gonna defend the castle. I'm sorry for teasing you there, but that's just what we're gonna do. Enemy is surrender for 2,100 gold. I'm gonna allow that. No losses, that seems perfectly fine to me. That meets all of my goals. And then as we're heading in this direction, remember, I don't want Darlana to get very strong with the Armageddon spell. It's just going to be a burden that I don't want to bear. I don't think I can stop it, but I can try and mitigate the effects of that by dealing with her sooner rather than later. Let's see how this first round of combat goes. I'm guessing that there's lots of spell casting going on in this fight. No, it looks like no. With 5 Bone Dragons, it's still pretty tough. Let's do our 1 Lightning Bolt. 75 points of damage. So 150. We're going to kill 1 Bone Dragon anyway with 1 single Armageddon. You might as well kill 1 additional Bone Dragon there. Oh, we barely didn't kill them. Very sad. Oof. Might as well kill 1 more? No. Let the Griffins fight that fight for me? Sure. And they'll die on the retaliation, but we still have so many Hydras that'll stay alive. It'll be okay. And then Power Liches go. 1 Bone Dragon goes down, 57 HP. It's only 150 hit points, but it sends a message. Folks, sometimes in life, you gotta send a message. And even if the message is, I don't like your face, that's still a message. How many times in my life have I sent that message to people? The answer is pretty much never. I get along with everybody. I don't usually need to feel like I have to send a message. But I don't know. I can't even think of a time off the top of my head I had to send a message. That just feels overly aggressive. I don't feel like I need to be overly aggressive. Have we not, as society, advanced to the point where we can simply talk out our problems? Feels like if we're not there yet, it'd be nice if we could get there pretty quickly. Yeah, Rise Druid, Month of the Unicorn, and now Greater Druids. Game feels rigged. Sorceresses. Okay, Sorceresses had every opportunity to win this scenario. -1. They didn't have an ultimate artifact spawn right outside of their main castle. That was absolutely a gut punch. But if not for that +6/+6, they have no excuse. They should be in the driver's seat. This could not have gone any better for them, except now it's kind of over. Tell you what's not very good though, Darlana is still going to be a good enough hero. I don't know what the stats are. Let's have Sandra go check out the stats. I wonder, I laughed about the Dimension Door, or rather the Armageddon, because of course I did, but I don't know what terrible, terrible damage is going to be wrought upon me for my hubris. Because I used the Armageddon on her, I did not consider that maybe she would use it on me. I don't know if I need spell points. It looks like I could use a couple. I'll get back here and eventually. But I'm going to clean out this corner and then I'm going to go back to the center of the map. I do see 1 hero peeking their head out there. It is Sir Gallant. Don't know, don't care. No purchases here, and I don't think that the enemy has purchased anything here, really. Yeah. But maybe that just goes to show you that sorceresses in general, like... Do I like the balance of sorceresses? Yes. Sorceresses in the very late game with Dimension Door and crazy spells are nigh unto unstoppable. They're fantastic. They're wonderful. There's also some decided early game disadvantages that makes it a little bit difficult for them to really thrive, especially in like a PvP kind of situation. Folks, what just happened? Darlana has been very busy at work. It's not going to save her, but she's been very busy. Okay, I guess they must have purchased the dragon tower on day 7. If you've got 4 dragons here, that's kind of crazy. We're going to toast 2 of your bone dragons. 75 HP left. Let's see. Do we take the for sure damage? We can almost guaranteed kill 1 red dragon. Let's guaranteed kill 1 red dragon. Blind on the halflings. Okay, don't care. And then the giant, maybe he can finish off this dragon here. 7 HP on the Titans, or excuse me, 172. I'm just going to use the giant to try and kill Vampire Lords, because why not? And then he will go back for the Bone Dragon in just a moment. I don't know. Bless? What do you think? Bless? Bless is pretty good. Skur is back in the chat. Hello, Skur. Nice to have you here. And then Bryce Ruin says, did they make dragons? Yes, they did. They made these dragons. They must have purchased the tower on day 7 because they've got 4. So 1 and 3. It just makes sense to me, but could be wrong. Could be wrong. Do I just cast the cure here for 75 HP? I think I do. And I kill another red dragon there? I do. I don't think I can... I don't think I can be very happy with the way that this is going, but maybe that cure was maybe a bad decision. No, it was an okay decision. It didn't actually save anything. It didn't actually help, but I don't feel bad about it. We are going to get out of this fight, though. We saved the Titan. Nothing wrong with that. Gambler's Lucky Coin. Oh, geez. These artifacts again. Let me purchase Sarkin back. Hey, he's back. And yeah, with the Mage Guild and the Dragons, you would think that that enemy would try and stay away. They would try and run, but they were not able to stop us from recapturing this very important point here. Sarkin's going to take the 1,000 gold per day. I don't think that I need to worry about losing this bottom right castle anymore. I think it's going to be fine. And he's finally going to get to do what he always wanted to do and go sailing. I don't think that there's any boats on the map, but if he had some in boat, now would be a good time. We are just about to the point, by the way, where I'm thinking about sending Sandro out. He's got 4 Titans. Is that enough? We just need to trade for gems. Let's just do that real quick. Let's send him out with 5 Titans. And then he should help kind of secure this opening area. Because there's no liths and because there's no boats on the map, this is the only choke point. So long as enemies don't go in this direction and backdoor my Titans, I'm going to be fine. So the 5 Titans with Sandro should be enough. That can at least provide some additional support. Green is cleaning up in the center of the map. Good for them. Very impressed. Oh, Sir Gallant, though, he has made an error. He may be very strong. Stronger than Sandro, almost assuredly. But he will not be able to overcome the 5 Titans. That's just going to be a little bit too hot for him to handle. Myra's in. And up we go. Up we go. By the way, folks, just while I'm thinking about it, I don't know necessarily if I'm going to be able to stream tomorrow. It's not really, I'm not really planning on it at the moment, but I might. If it's frustrating for you that sometimes Phixfox streams on Fridays and sometimes on Saturdays, I do apologize. I would like to have something as consistent as possible. That helps me know what to expect, and that helps you know what to expect. Just right now, my schedule is up and down enough that I don't really know. As often as I get some free time, I do enjoy streaming, and I prefer to do that as often as I can. But so long as I can get it in once a week, I'm feeling pretty okay. I'd like to do as much as I can to make sure that it's consistent, but I hope that you will, I crave your pardon and I appreciate your patience as we try and see what makes the most sense. Maybe we'll stream tomorrow, maybe we won't. It'll just depend. Okay, with these 5 Titans, I think I send 5 Titans through the snow. Do we have pathfinding? We do not. We do not. So let's actually go this direction with Sandro. Or maybe he should just hold on to this half of the map. Yeah, actually, he's just going to hold on to that half of the map. Meanwhile, we're going to have our primary hero, Myra, go to the bottom left. It is Month of the Earthworm, or Week of the Earthworm, either way. However much you like it. And then we will hold down the center of the map with Sandro. I do want to get rid of these skeletons, though. I think it is time to let go of the gargoyles. So now the Titans can stand as the unquestioned rulers of this section of the map. Let's do it like this, 2 and 3. Skur says, I just wanted to say that my morning routine includes watching 15 minutes of your streams on YouTube while eating breakfast before going to work. I finished watching Broken Alliance today. Well played. I'm happy that a new video is coming out. Thank you so very, very much. That warms my heart in ways that you really can't imagine. Yeah, I sincerely appreciate that. It would be easy for people to just be, enjoying the videos, which is what I want. I want people to enjoy the videos in whatever way makes the very most sense to them. But being able to take the time on your end to let me know as well, I sincerely appreciate it. Even for the people that don't come out and say, hey, thanks, I just hope that people are enjoying these things. I'm so happy that you do. And I'm happy that the energy is right, that I can help start your morning off in a good way. That makes me know that I'm doing something right. Because sometimes I wonder and I worry. I'm like, well, is this working? Should I make any adjustments or any changes? If I'm a part of your morning like that, then I think I can be confident that what I'm doing is working and it's worthwhile. So I appreciate your time, and I really appreciate you taking the time to say so. So thank you very much, Skur. Thank you. Folks, blue player's been vanquished. That changes things drastically. I don't think I need to waste any time on this side of the map. I think that we're going to send Sandro in this direction. I think I'm going to send Myra in this other direction. And we're not going to try and wait and hold the center. We're just going to go, 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 go. Usually we don't really play for speed or for points. That's just not really why I play or how I play necessarily. But at this point, it feels like we might as well, right? We might as well go as fast as we can. So let's send all of our troops to the front. Let's wait on Sarakin. He's just doing nothing right now. Everybody's already got their marching orders. All they need to do is carry it out. We will catch up to the enemy. We will find where they are at. Interesting that there was an observation tower here and here, but no observation towers in my area. A little strange, a little strange. It's going to be one enemy goes down there. That was Rialdo. We do see Ambrose in this castle. It's going to be a bit of a fight, but I wonder if these Titans can handle it all by their lonesome. I'm hoping that they sure can. The patient says, for me, I watch it before bed. I try to learn some tricks to get better. Wonderful. I really appreciate that too. Yeah, because okay, so the tricks, man, I wonder sometimes, in the recent video with my dad, I stopped to think to myself like, man, are they my tricks or are they somebody else's tricks? I'm very glad that I've gotten a lot of help. Speaking of which, from Zents. Zents, one of the FHeroes2 team members here in the chat. Hello, Zents. Nice to have you here. Good evening, and happy to see that I finally did update. I did. For the first year that I was playing FHeroes2, Zents, for example, was very, very helpful for me, the patient. Zents was very helpful in making sure that I was getting caught up to speed, and there was lots of tips and tricks I learned from him. And that's really one of the great things about the Heroes of Might and Magic community at large, I believe, is that it's full of quality people that want to see people enjoy the game. And you enjoy the game more when you win more, and so it doesn't feel too bad at all to share tips and tricks. And yeah, I'm glad that I get to be that for you. I'm glad that I get to share some of the things that I've learned from other people and send that your way as well. So that's good stuff. And yeah, Zents, we did finally update. I think it was earlier, was it Rise to Ruin? Somebody noticed when the two heroes meet that there is some interesting new ability to swap all the artifacts at once from hero to hero, as well as the troops from hero to hero. What a good change. I really sincerely appreciate that change. Thank you very much. Nice job for the FHeroes2 team. Folks, I kind of want to sit right here and just like not attack Ariel. And just be like, okay, so you're completely surrounded. Where do you go and what do you do? I got a feeling that she knows that the end is near. Because we're going to try and get out of here before month 3, week 2, I am going to make this final killing blow. We're gonna watch it and just feel very, very sad. At this point, you would hope that the AI would spare its troops' lives and go from there. This is interesting. Oh, I've never seen. Okay, this is new to me, Zens. Look at this. Auto combat, and I'm used to clicking auto here and it just being auto combat. This is interesting. What a cool choice that you can choose to do the Q function or do the auto combat. Combat is resolved from the current state. That's me pressing Q versus auto combat where the computer fights it. We get to watch it. Very cool, very interesting. So that mobile users have access to quick combat. What a good change. I never considered how difficult that would be for mobile users to use that quick combat. That's genius. Nice work. Good work. I love that. Thank you. Again, changes all the time. And then Winnie Morrow helping with the new horse icon. Oh, that means that, and the swap arrows, that means that we need to play one more quick game of Heroes of Might and Magic so that way I can see the new horse icon, because I don't think I noticed it like I should have. I need to give it its due diligence. But for now, folks, that's going to be a major event. Green player's been vanquished, and that's actually going to be, I think, a fairly good score. Like, no guarantees. Red Dragon, it's a fairly good score. I'm okay with that. It's not to the best, but I'm good for it. 63 days to complete that map. Not a big issue. So it's not quite a Black Dragon, but 222 is not too far away from our 10th entry Surf and Turf. So, okay, good stuff. Vammy says also, you wouldn't know to press Q in battle unless you read all the hotkeys. True. So now having that available, Vammy, that helps make sure that people who are new to the project and unfamiliar, that they have the clear delineation between the two options. That's a great point too. I really like that. Oh, I can see it now to the right. I'll still have to play another game. We've been here for about 2 hours, 45 minutes. I'm going to look for a really small map so that way we can play one more. I don't want to play for too much longer, but it's almost 1 p.m. my time. I still got a little bit of juice left in me. Just a little bit of juice. We'll see how quickly we can do one more scenario. And then Rise to Ruin, talking to Zen, says that he's loving the new update. Thank you for that. If I could suggest something for the next update, double-clicking artifacts on hero trade screen to instantly send to the other hero. Oh, that'd be interesting. That'd be interesting. I would like that. Yeah, that's a good functionality change. I wonder how often misclicks might happen with that. If you accidentally double-click and then you're like, wait a second, did I move that artifact over or not? Yeah, I can see that being funny. Zen says, but yeah, it's a good thing you didn't notice the horse icon because that's part of the intention. It's not supposed to be a big change. It's just supposed to be a good change. I like it. Good stuff. And then Vammy says, I'm in the Heroes 5 mindset where Red Dragon is also a max level unit. So I thought, nice job, and then realized that Black Dragon is the best. These things do happen. It's pretty good. I'm all for it. I'm really all for it. I think that for my subscription tiers here, we decided on doing Green Dragon for tier 1, Red Dragon for tier 2, and Black Dragon for tier 3. Probably not a very intuitive nomenclature if I'm playing a game that doesn't involve Heroes of Might and Magic 2, right? But it's my Twitch channel. I'm gonna do what I want to do. Let me take a quick drink, and then we will figure out what to play next. If you have any suggestions, I am open to them. Again, it's gonna be a small map is what we're looking for, though. And unfortunately, it's not going to be Eric's the Jerk. I still need more prep time with that map. Okay. Zenz is saying to Rise, happy to hear you liked it. Are you suggesting to change the double-click operation from giving the artifact info to moving it? Such a change would have to go through the rounds of discussion. So there's some discussion there. And if I hope I'm not speaking over you, Zenz, but I believe that the FHeroes2 team really does like all the conversations, and I think that the best place to start those conversations is on the FHeroes2 Discord. If there's some other place that the FHeroes2 team would prefer to get tips and tricks, or rather suggestions for updates or feature requests, I believe that really, truly, it's the FHeroes2 Discord is the place to go. So go check that out. If you folks haven't ever checked that out, let me just see real quick. Let me see if I can actually, I don't know if I've included the FHeroes2 Discord link on my Twitch page. I know I've included it on the YouTube page. Let me just put that in the chat for anybody that's interested. Because yeah, go check out the FHeroes2 Discord. It's a really nice place. People respond very, very quickly, and it's just a good community. Let me put that in there. Sweet. If you're interested, there is your link. The Patient 17 says, I like FHeroes2 a lot. These are nice quality of life additions, and today I installed it also on my Linux laptop. It was so easy to do, no wine needed. Lovely to hear that. Lovely to hear that. I know nothing about Linux, but I believe you have to do a little bit more to get games mounted and things like that. Just nice to know. Just nice to know that there's some good changes there. So good stuff. And then Zen says, by the way, Winnie Morrow also made a new icon in the editor. I noticed, actually in the editor, hold on. Let's just go take a quick look at the map editor. By the way, folks, if you've not seen the map editor, it's looking better and better and awesomer all the time. So check this out. So when I go to the map editor, I'm doing this from, I didn't like exit out of the game and then start over from scratch. I got there from the main page on FHeroes2, and then there's a new function where you can click and you can start the map that you are trying to play. So you can test it out. You don't have to exit out and re-enter. You can just do a new map, load map, save map, main menu. And you can start the map from this page if you want to check some certain things and like how it works. So great functionality there. Really cool. Really cool. And I believe that these new arrows, yeah, so we got the redo, undo buttons. So nice. Oh my gosh. So wonderful. The map editor has never looked better. And yeah, very much for it. If you've never seen the map editor here for FHeroes2, it is very, very much different from the original Heroes of Might and Magic 2 map editor, but it's got some really easy to navigate sort of displays. And the maps I've tried to make have been very successful in large part because it's easy to find everything that I'm looking for. The only thing I could possibly suggest as a future improvement would be some sort of search function where I say, oh, I want a medal, and I just click on the search function and I just type in, you know, +1 morale or Medal of Valor, and then the item I'm looking for pops up. That would be a big process. I wouldn't, that's like on a wish list after everything is completed. I think that the priority level for something like that should be very, very, very low. But if you've not taken a look at the map editor, go check it out. It's fantastic. And you can build some really, really nifty things. I think that Winnie Maru and Mushan Kipet did a great job in showing off what can be done with a very nice, very wonderful, powerful map editor. So just my quick little plug if you haven't played around with this. And part of the reason why I'd like for you to play around with this is maybe then you can find some excellent maps and maybe you can make an excellent map. Will you be the next big map maker from FHeroes2? Time will tell, but I'm going to be rooting for you the entire time. Trust me. So with me saying that, let me go back to the main menu. Super cool. Super cool. And then, is FHeroes2 available on mobile? Patro says, by the way, welcome to the chat, Patro. Nice to have you here. Yes, I believe it is. It's available on everything. So all of the changes with FHeroes2, all the quality of life buffs and the way that things are done, everything is done knowing that it should be playable on every platform. That's part of the reason why, for example, liths, or not liths, but tents were changed. All of the changes and all the additions have to be able to work with every different language, and it has to work with every different operating system. So there is the map editor available on mobile. I know that for sure, that there's absolutely access to the map editor through mobile. So go check that out. Do it on a tablet, on an iPad or a tablet or something. Check it out. Zens did say, by the way, oh, pixel art stuff for the current release. Yeah, you know, Zens, Winnie Morrow is an excellent pixel artist. I really like his stuff, and I think that he has his own game that he's been working on with his brother. I believe that that's coming out, I think he mentioned in the next quarter or so. Part of the reason why he's not able to do as much right now as he would like to with some other games is because they're ramping up their production cycle. So a good pixel artist, it's always interesting and fun to see the stuff that they can do. So yeah, he's got some really nice stuff. Really, really nice stuff. Rice says, since you can right click for info anyway, it might not be a huge change to change the double click function to trading artifacts, more of a quality of life update than anything. Gotcha. Still, the suggestions are what makes nice things happen. Is a number grid going to be added to the map editor? Zens says, as far as to a previous comment, talking about available through Google Store or APK. Zens also says that the arrows were contributed by Winnie Morrow 2. And then Zens says, I suppose it will extend the in-game file dialogue as we did in the map editor. The current way of navigating items isn't optimal and will be improved. Oh, my suggestion for like a search kind of a deal? Yeah, it's really not a big deal. It's great as it is. The cool thing is that it's getting better all the time, which is amazing. And so when the map editor is finally completed, it'll be awesome, because then I'm excited for what the FHeroes2 team can do to make as far as wonderful, fantastic maps for a campaign. That will be cool. I'm looking so very, very forward to it. Skur says, is there any way to check my current version of FHeroes2? I haven't updated it for a couple of months. I'm sure that somebody else has already mentioned in the chat, but here at the very top of this page, it'll say FHeroes2 Engine 1.1.6 is the current patch, and it's the patch that I'm on. I navigated there through this credits section. Just click on the credits section, and it'll pop up right there at the very, very top. Again, I'm sure somebody else already mentioned that. I just haven't gotten there in chat yet. Zents from Rise to Ruin to Zents, much love and appreciation for you and your team's efforts. Keep up the good work. Absolutely, absolutely. Yep, Zents did reply on that. And thank you. We're always glad to hear people are having fun with it. Winnie Mar is quite busy with releasing the game called Zion Leak. I'm looking forward to that. And then other things are planned for the grid, is what Vami requested. And yes, that is planned. Right now, you have to right click to get the grid coordinates. So if I'm to do this, and then right click, grass 20-11, 25-14. But having something at the top and the sides would be helpful. Yeah, that could be helpful. That could be helpful. I could definitely see that. And then I think that there's like some other grid modes when you, let's see, not here. This helps you adjust your map description, difficulty, and win-loss conditions. What am I looking for? Passability. Passability adds the grid if it's going to be objects on the map. Like that helps you understand what the passability is. But even just like a straight up grid, that could be a nice thing to turn on and off. Passability kind of does that, just not 100%. But yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. Skur says, LMAO, I have 1.1.1. Hey, you know what? If you would like to get into the future and you're gonna get, oh man, there's been a lot of changes in the last 5 patches. Man, you're gonna get a way tough FHeroes2 AI. There was no balance changes to the AI in this most previous patch, but still, there's been always some improvements to the AI, but especially to this map editor. So your older version's still gonna have some cool stuff, but this is gonna be even better. Okay, folks, I'm gonna detour back into playing the game. That was a nice little break for my brain, and I appreciate that very, very much. One sec.